And we should be live, hopefully. Maybe. Possibly. Hi, Sar. How goes it? Uh, man, shut up. Zombie, I've had a bad day. Can we not bully me, please? Please? I will ask you once, please. Do not bully me any extra than you already do. Please? I am hypnotic. God damn it. God damn it. There, you know how there are some sentences you just read in a voice? This is one of them. Please don't bully me. Please. It looks like Skeleton's working, but I'm still gonna do what I always do, just to make sure, because I am paranoid. Don't fucking bribe my boy. Yeah, he's working. Don't fucking... How dare you? I've had a really rough go of a day. Oh my god. And what kills me is I knew I was in for a rough day. I'm not gonna get into a full vent, but like, work was rough. I'm customer service, but I ended up behind the registers when the registers were completely backed up for literally every bit of my shift except an hour. So I'm so very done with the world right now. I was getting cursed out because the business that I work at happens, at least today, to be out of certain cash monies. So because of that, we were only taking card and not cash. Yeah. So I got cursed out a lot. A migraine started like half an hour into my shift. I still have it, but it isn't as bad as it was. Like, I could barely see. That's how bad it was. But it's better now. It's still there, but it's better. Bribe with no money. What? Yeah, it was just... I had to explain to so many people what I meant by asking. Fucking asking. Are you paying with card or with exact change / exact cash? I was just like throwing out a cipher for people to just figure out. These are grown ass individuals, older than me, older than my parents, and I'm like, how the fuck do you not understand what that question means? How? So I almost had a brain aneurysm like multiple times today because it was just everything. My anxiety was already playing today, even though I already knew going into, okay, it's going to be busy, it's going to be hectic, it's the beginning of the month, it's the first weekend of the month. It's retail. I should be used to it by now, but I'm not. But I got through the day. I didn't curse anyone out. I'm not fired as far as I'm aware, so victory for me. And like I said, I'm just kind of grateful that my head is feeling better. It looked sexy as hell! Yo, that shit bussin'! Absolutely bussin'! I saw that. When I saw that picture that you posted, Hypnotic, is probably the first real smile I have actually, like, has come from me today. So, fucking brownie points for that, thank you. Because I saw it, I was like, oh, that's so good. That's so good. Yeah, I posted an event in the Discord more going into, like, details of why I'm frustrated today, but that's, like, the general gist of things. I'm 5 years into working retail, and honestly, it's because it's the best pay rate for the position that I have right now, and it's also only, like, a 5-minute walk from my house. So, honestly, it's just the best option that I have going for me right now. And the job itself isn't horrible, it's just... I'm not a fan of management and how things are run, and when things are bad, they're really bad. COVID was the worst. Like, when the height, I say that like it doesn't exist. The height of COVID was the worst. Yeah, you gotta get some more root beer, mate. I have some Aussie Lemonade Monster Energy Plus juice, because that's one of my favorite energy juices, or energy drinks right now. I also have the Monster Rehab lemonade, but I'm not opening that yet. I'm starting with the Aussie lemonade, then I might have tea plus lemonade, or I might have it tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah, it's bussin'. It's like my go-to. It's vegan, so. Bussin'. So if I hydrate, at least for the first part of the stream, it's just gonna be with energy drink. I don't even give a fuck. I also have nuggies and fries because that's what my family had for dinner. I went ahead and got myself a plate, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stream. I mean, it was already kind of planned, but the new mic arm showed up. I caved and got the one on my throne wish list, so it actually fits my mic, and oh my god, it fits my mic. it can handle the girth. This is beautiful. I don't have to worry about it falling over. So I kept the MacGyvered one that me and editor kind of like pieced together from the remains of my last 2 mic arms, just as a backup. But I'm using the one that's actually sturdy right now. I want to slowly like get new pieces for my desk that I've been putting off. So the next thing I'm gonna get after my next paycheck is gonna be a new mouse and possibly also a keyboard. And if not a keyboard and a mouse, then I'm just gonna start with the mouse and then get a keyboard next paycheck. But I've like needed one desperately. My mouse just randomly dies. It's been like that for the last couple of months. You want to see the new commands? Well, these are specifically those commands. If you want to see the new commands. I'm skipping songs. Yeah, there you go. I was just skipping the songs just a little bit. So, ignore that. That's not what it is. It is not strawberries and creamin'. It is kind of freaking out right now, I think. I wonder why. Maybe I gotta wait for it to go away. Maybe. There you go. That's the actual song we're listening to. Just a reminder, VOD listeners cannot hear this music. You can only hear it when it's live. But, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah! Also, last night, later last night, we said, ow! 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 Later last night, or I should say yesterday, I wasn't here for it, the new modem and the new computer stuff arrived for the upgraded, internet plan that I'm now spending more money on. Ow! Rude. Hit me with balls. No consent. So, hopefully new better internet. I'm gonna give it a couple of months just to see if it actually is better internet, but so far, personally, at home, we haven't had any issues with skippage. Ow. What the fuck? My head, ball on my head. Ball on... There was a ball on my head. So yeah, I'm letting that kind of... I'm waiting to see if this internet plan is actually better or if it isn't better. And then I might actually shell out slightly more money to get an even better plan. It's the best one that they offer in my area. Because it might be worth it just so that I don't have to deal with extra bullshit when I want to use the internet. Ow! Mean! Why? Why? Bro, I'm just vibing to the music. This is a bustin' ass song. I'm excited to have tomorrow. God fucking damn it. Why? 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 I said no bully. I'm excited to have tomorrow off. I might stream earlier in the day, like, not planned. It said no. I think you're freaking it out because you're doing it one after the other. Maybe not. Is it just not like that one? Ow. Fuck. Why does it work when I type it? No. No. I think that's what it was. I think you're typing them in too fast. I don't think you can do back to back to back. I have like a small cooldown. I think it's 15 seconds. And it might have read the fact that you just did like 3 or 4 in a row and been like, The program has slight bugs, but I like it as being a part of the new layout. I think it's kind of nice. But yeah, so tomorrow, I know I mentioned when we were doing Poppy's Playtime that tomorrow's stream, Slay the Princess, might be, thank you, might be a little later, a little earlier. I won't know until tomorrow because I gotta sit down and figure out what I'm making for dinner for the family, and then I'll go ahead and put, fuck! Why? Why? It's too many balls. Too many balls on my body. But yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated because I'm still going to play that game tomorrow. It's just that stream more than likely is either going to be slightly earlier or slightly later than it's actually on the schedule because I forgot to keep in mind that I have to figure out what I'm doing for dinner for my family. And I might stream earlier in the day if I'm feeling up to it, just because I kind of want to, as long as my head isn't hurting, it'd be nice to just game. I'm not sure what I'll be doing. It might be Dead Space. It might be, might even be more Poppy Playtime. I don't fucking know. More than likely, it won't be Poppy Playtime. More than likely, it'll be more Dead Space. But I just want to throw it out there. Technically, it could even be Fortnite if I want to dick around on that, because I haven't played Fortnite since the last time I streamed it, actually. Nice. What were you watching, zombie? Yeah, Fortnite. God bless. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't fully figured out, but tomorrow I'm excited to have off and have the ability to play video game. It'll be fun. I'm gonna say. I hate that I fucking tabbed into Discord and I just see Shaquille O'Neal's pregnancy test. I don't want to fucking see that. What the hell? Is it because spicy food, zombie, or is it because lactose? There's a pussy here. Mochi is here.
The opposite of skateboarders.
You want to say hi to stream?
Hi, stream!
Moon says hi.
Oh, look, I want to show you the books I got.
No, it's pretty basic for right now. If you guys have any recommendations for the things that get thrown at me, let me know. Yeah, so let me know. Nothing spicy? That's just sad. What's up with you, brother man? What you up to?
Let's do clean up.
Cleaning and listening to music? Okay. Luna's gonna be cleaning in the background.
Mom called me your name earlier, also.
Nice. I love that. God damn it. Why? I'm gonna take away your rights. Well, I hope you're okay, zombie. Wow. Rude. Alrighty. I think I've said all the things. Hey, Delph. So whenever Discord was telling me you were listening to Around the World, that would be why. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why. I wonder why it would tell you that. Yeah. I need to go into my Discord settings and see if I can just, like, turn stuff off. I wonder. God damn it! Too many balls! There's so many! I hope you're doing good, though, Delph. What the hell? What the fuck? Abuse. Abuse. There's also some of those, for those of you who weren't in the stream when I was, the very first stream from me coming back from hiatus, the other day. Why does it scare you? Oh no, I don't want to scare anyone. For those of you who weren't in the, first stream back from my hiatus, some of the redeems also have the throw stuff at me. So Hydrate does. I don't even remember all of them. Hydrate does. I think Hi There does. Doot, I think, does as well. And then there's one specifically just to beat me with bones, and it's called Bone Attack, I think. Yeah, Bone Attack. Please don't do that one. I've had a bad day. Oh my god. Head's more fucking accurate! My last form, my fucking head was way too big. Okay. Okay. The last one doesn't have titty physics. So there. Do you guys literally just want me to make the head bigger? Because I could do that. It just looks off. Okay, so you're just being racist. Not all skeletons are scary, dog. What are you talking about? Oh my god. What the hell? What the fuck? No. Oh, my brain is just off right now. God fucking damn it. Why? Why? My own bones. We need to bring back people saying that things fuck when they're good. Can we please bring that back? Please. Fucking please. God damn it. Why are you abusing me, Sart? Alrighty. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and it's not abuse, it's comedy. Alright, fine. Fine. We going to who fucking dude it? What the hell? We're gonna be looking at a couple of true crime videos. Possibly only one. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It'll be good. It'll be true crime. Trigger warning, because it's true crime. This is your warning. This is true crime. I should probably mute this or I'm going to get muted for real. A true crime. Don't do that. It is true crime. Take care of yourselves. Boop. Oh yeah, I forgot I was playing around with my PlayStation. Ow! Also, that didn't hit the right spot. I'll give you your points back for that. I need to get used to switching the fucking hotkeys, dog. I am not used to hotkeys being a thing. That would... Huh? There's a medical condition where you just come a lot. That must suck, and you don't have control over it. And, like, in theory, you'd think that's good, but, like, that seems horrible. Where they're like, I have... That sucks. That absolutely sucks ass. Man, shut up, zombie. You are such a bitch. I have to test it. It's fine. Ow. It works. Let's go. Pesby. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's cursed. You guys are probably gonna want to hear, huh? I should probably turn this up audio on so you guys can hear. Okay, let me see if I can get... Oh, that's why. So I had video capture up because I was playing around with my PlayStation. I cleaned off my desk. That's the other thing I did. This morning I actually, like, cleaned my monitors. There's no spit on them anymore. It's good. Everything's clean. New mic arm installed. Yeah, bussin'. Stop trying to beat me with a fish. Holy shit. Yeah, it's clean. So now I really just... the only thing that looks dusty, musty, crusty for real on God is my mouse, because I've used it to death, and my keyboard. Which, fun fact, this is a keyboard that Zombie actually gifted me a while ago. It's a good keyboard, it's just I want to get a new one. I want to get a new one that matches whatever mouse I get. For aesthetic reasons. Although my actual setup still looks kind of ass, but, I mean, it works. It works. I don't know why that's not working for you, because I think it's working. Wait, I'm going to test it. Ow. Ow. Right at my face. Nobody will know. Alright, let me get window capture. Okay, so we are looking at... Where's it at? There you go. There we fucking go. Okay. It doesn't like me. I don't know why it doesn't like you. Yo, someone else, try to throw a fish at me right now. Type fish in chat. Hypnotic, do it. It really did. It's funny because all the other ones are working for you. You can abuse me. Ow. 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 Okay, it just doesn't like you, sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I can't fix it if it's not work. Like if it was only working for me and it wasn't working for any of you guys, then I could see it being an actual issue through the program, but it just really doesn't like you. It decided not today. You don't get that privilege. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I can't believe they do you like that. Ow! Bro. No. Not the fish. Alright, so we are looking at the cases of... If my fucking shit will load. We're looking at the cases of Gregory Scott Hale and Sam Poss. So this is Gregory Scott Hale. Gregory. I think he broke the fucking commands for you. I don't know. Yeah, don't capitalize it. Don't do that. Thank you. Ow. Ow. Not the peppers. That's my peppers. Oh yeah, do you guys, Delph, were you here for the first stream? Do you know the other outfits I have? Do you want to see them? I'll show them off since this is only my third stream since the hiatus. I don't mind. I wasn't here? Okay. Real quick before we start the video. Real quick, I'll go ahead and do this. Okay. I don't know why it says never. Fuck! Why? Why the balls? Okay, so there's redeems in chat for stuff, but now you can give me my jaw back, which is kind of cool. So now I can have my jaw back, which is epic. It's bussin'. It's bustin' on God, on God. When will that die, Hypnotic? Just a quick question. Then we have Booba Hoodie, which you can get this design in the shop, which is epic. Looks like you have titties, but you don't. And of course, you can take away my jaw or add my jaw. That is a redeem. When will what die? Are you guys going trick-or-treating? That fucking meme. When will it die? And then we have Come and Go. We have the Come and Go. There's no way I was getting rid of the Come and Go. And like this, you can also, I can take and put on my jaw as much as you guys want. And then we have Titty Sands. It is Sands with the titty. Yeah. Titty Sands, Sands with the titty. And it just jiggles. Yes, Booba Sansa. Yes. It costs more to redeem this, but it means that I have to have it on stream for an hour or the rest of the stream, whatever happens first. So, yeah. What the hell? What the fuck? You know, people ask for big titty Sands, and then people don't want big titty Sand. I'm so confused. What do you guys want? I don't know. Honestly, with this model, this new version of me, I just wanted it to be slightly more realistic, but still a little cartoony, if that makes sense. So, like, I was trying to make it a little more proportionally accurate. Yes, it does mean it looks a little scarier. I'm a fucking skeleton. It's supposed to be a lightsaber, not Booba. I'm gonna go ahead and do a regular Sans version as well. Some point soon. I have to actually sit down and do it. So that way, for those of you who maybe don't want to see Booba, you can just see Sans. You know, I do understand the aesthetic is there and it's kind of funny, and it's because it's a skeleton. Yeah. Personally, I actually really like my base outfit because I really like how this turned out. I really do. I really like how this turned out. Also, this is a full body model. You guys haven't seen the second half of me. Like, I actually have the other parts of my outfit you guys can't see. Teehee. Teehee. You can't see me. But I really like the base outfit, and I do like how this one also turned out. Yeah, it's a full body. Yeah. Not for you, though. I just don't see the point of having my full body out there if it's not fully rigged like VR style, because it's like, and I'm not showing my feet off, you degenerates. That's just not happening. But yeah, no, it's a full body outfit. It's got shorts and other things going on. Yeah. We're gonna go back to this though, because this is what was redeemed, or this is what it is. It'd just be for messing with shit. Yeah. Fair. Okay, let's see. Good. Good. Let's see. We wanna do this. Yeah. And then we wanna do this one. Like, all VTubers with full body only become full body for stupid. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I didn't see your fucking Sans. Goddamn. Speaking of Sans, did you find the gay black porn? I don't know what you're talking about, Zombie. I don't. I think I might know what you're talking about. It's like, I don't know, man. It's a little funky fresh. I think it's outside my spectrum of what's funny. Yeah, no, okay, so, I mean, honestly, if I could have the setup that I want, which we are still far away from what I'd actually love to do for content. What I would love to do for content, if money was not an option, if it was not an object, if I could just do whatever I wanted, right? No repercussions. I would slightly upgrade my PC. I would definitely have a VR headset, and I would want to get a model that is full body rigged, so that I could literally I would love to have the space to do that, so that way I could literally walk around and stream, and you guys could see like 3/4 to a full body when I'm doing like just chatting and chilling streams, and then y'all really only need to see the top part of me when I'm gaming. Like there's no reason to see anything else. What the hell?
You gotta do a feed stream.
No.
Pretty skill of feet.
I absolutely do not. Degenerate. What the fuck? I don't know if I don't know if the mic got him, and Moon just goes, "You need to do a feet stream." No! I do have to do my taxes, though. I'm waiting for paperwork from my healthcare company so that I can actually do them. When I do get tax money back, it really does depend on the hot water situation, the hot water heater situation. If we can get that sorted, I'm going to put probably a big chunk of my tax money, like the returns that I get, I'm probably going to put a big chunk of it into hopefully getting a VR headset. My goal is to have a VR headset and the mic that I want for streaming so I can stream with the VR headset by the end of August, because August is my birthday. So that would be the latest that I want to put it off for. But, fingers crossed, no other emergencies pop up, and that we can get the hot water heater situation sorted somewhat soon. Me and my parents are kind of figuring it out because my dad and me are the only ones who work in the house, so we're the only ones that generate income. Yay! So when something big dies, that means, and I mean, I live here and I get it, but that means that I kind of have to obviously help. I already pay internet, I already pay random portions of groceries and other things that pop up. But yeah. So once that's figured out, I'll have more of a solid idea / plan for what I'm doing when it comes to all that. Realistically, I would like to get a VR headset next. It's like my next big thing that would affect streaming, because I'd be able to do stuff in VR, which would be epic. It'd be very fun. I could touch Freddy Fazbear. Hell yeah. That would be bussin'. Oh, ow. How dare you. Eee. I'm taking my socks off. My fucking work socks not. Yeah, unfortunately. It is what it is. I can't force other people to do other things. I only try to live my best life with the situation that I'm in. Ow! Why? Why? I regret this power I gave y'all. I regret it. I was looking into TTS stuff because I thought that could be funny, especially for horror games where I'm not paying attention to chat. But there's not a lot when it comes to that. Ow! What the fuck? What the fuck? How dare you? What the hell? What dare you? I love how the soda can was just standing up. It was just chilling. I love that. But yeah, so we're gonna look at true crime. And it's spooky, scary true crime, so that's your warning. This involves a cannibal, so that's epic. There is a single hop in the video for most replayed. Oh, that's an Epic TV. Where's the bean? What are you talking about? There was no beans. What are you... huh? There were hearts, not beans, because you head pat me. I don't know what you're talking about. You're fucking wild. You guys need to tell... What the fuck? They were low poly hearts. How the fuck... Sorry. What the fuck? What the fuck? I can't. Okay.
When it was, and she never thought,
this is
she
very
never
loud.
did. And next
Let
thing
me
you
know if
she's
it's too
dead,
loud
and
for
I'm
you
like,
guys.
Well, this is great. And I guess, I don't know, I got scared
fair.
or nervous.
Absolutely
or,
fair.
I don't know. It was juicy. It didn't taste like blood, though. I mean, it tasted like a cardboard piece of
What
steak.
the hell?
I
Ow.
wasn't sure what
My
she
dream.
said. Why didn't you constantly come up there and check on her?
Because something else is in control.
When detectives in Coffee County, Tennessee,
Ow.
were called out to a remote
While
property
I'm
late
fucking
one
drinking?
summer evening to respond
quiet.
to a peculiar claim.
Well, that's why I asked y'all. I'm not your ears.
They had no
Is this
idea what
better?
they would soon uncover would reveal a
Yep, I've been
horrific and
drinking
gruesome
it.
crime. In a chilling turn of
Is that
events,
better?
detectives were left
Can
to
we all
puzzle.
hear the true crime? I want to make sure we all can hear. Yo, people in the back. People in the back. Zombie.
When it was, you know,
Can you
and she
hear it?
never fought. She
Thank
never did. And next thing you know, she's
It
dead.
is much
and I'm
louder
like,
than you. Well, fuck!
this is great. And I guess, I don't know, I got scared or
Turn it down
nervous
just a
or
little
I
bit.
don't know.
Is that better?
It was juicy. It
I hope
didn't
that-
taste like blood,
I don't
though.
like
I
this
mean,
man
it
saying
tastes like a
juicy. I don't
charboiled
like that.
piece of steak.
I can
You
hear
really
you
weren't
crying.
sure what
Very
she
nice.
said. Why didn't you call somebody to look her
Me
check out?
living in the ghetto.
Because something else is in control.
Man, shut
When
up. I do what
detectives
I
in
want.
Coffee
My
County,
stream.
Tennessee, were called out to a remote property
Tennessee.
late one summer evening to respond to a peculiar
Ow.
claim. They had no idea what they would
Thank you.
soon
I
uncover would
appreciate
reveal a
it. Ow.
horrific and gruesome crime. In a chilling turn of events, detectives were left to puzzle out not only if someone had committed the crime, but if they'd resorted to cannibalism following a bizarre
the fuck?
accident, or if in fact the stomach-churning act had been the fulfillment of a fantasy and an unhealthy obsession with serial killers. On the evening of June 8, 2014, Jason Walker was walking
Ow.
across the yard of his rural
Stop.
Tennessee home when he heard a
Focus,
voice
or I'll
call
take
his
away
name
your
from
rights, dog.
somewhere in the yard. Jason turned, slightly impatient. It was 6:30 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon, and he was eager to get on with his preparations for the upcoming week. Looking to the adjacent yard, he saw his
Wow,
37-year-old neighbor, Gregory Scott H, standing at the fence and motioning for him to come closer.
What?
Jason sighs inwardly but approaches the short chain-link fence separating them anyway.
Jason's like, this fucker. I can't. I'm trying to enjoy my Sunday.
Having no idea that the conversation he was about to have would be one of the most horrifying of his life.
No! Also, what is up with this? Nice. Is it just me? Or are other people also getting absolutely fucking cursed ads through YouTube? I feel like it's gotten worse. I did not download the videos, so. there are
"Where's your
ads.
backhoe?" Scott says
Ow.
by way of greeting.
Fuck!
Jason replies that it isn't there, and he won't have it back for a few days.
I used to not
Scott
get as many
appears
of
somewhat
those.
irritated by Jason's
Oh my God,
response,
stop.
prompting him to ask why Scott is suddenly so interested in his backhoe.
Why?
Scott, in response, makes a tasteless and gruesome joke about needing
Oh,
it to
wrong
hide the
spelling.
evidence. Jason, nonplussed, stares at him in silence,
Jesus
prompting
Christ.
Scott to continue by pointing to the two 5-gallon
Oh my
buckets sitting
God.
just a few feet away, near Scott's burn pit. He explains that he tried burning everything in the burn pit, but it hadn't worked, so he figures he should
Ow.
just bury it all as fast as possible. Jason listens to this reasoning for the use of his backhoe before growing tired of his weird neighbor's stupid joke,
Wow.
and abruptly telling Scott he needs to go and that he'll talk to him later. 3 hours later at 9:30
Listen,
p.m.,
fucker, I'm
Sheriff's
trying to
Corporal
understand-
Brad
I'm
Roberts
trying
is
to
sitting at the
enjoy
front
my
desk of the
fucking
Coffee
Sunday.
County Sheriff's Department when a
Guys,
man
I need to put
approaches,
up with you.
tense and anxious to speak with someone immediately. Corporal
Ow.
Roberts tells him to come back first thing tomorrow morning, but the man is insistent. It's Jason
Yeah,
Walker,
that's kind of weird.
and he needs the police to listen to the joke
you
his
happy?
neighbors
Will you
just
calm
told
down?
him, because the longer he's thought about it, the less it started
Damn.
feeling like a joke. At first, the corporal is skeptical, as it sounds
Bro.
ridiculous.
I want to live in Coffee County. That shit sounds bussin'. How many Starbucks is in Coffee County? I would
Violent
like to work
crime
at a
is almost
Starbucks.
unheard of
Ow.
in tiny
God
Coffee
damn
County,
it.
but Jason is so adamant, so sure, that
Go
the
away.
deputy starts
Go
getting
away.
a sick feeling
Go
as well.
away. God
He
damn it.
radios for two more officers, Deputy Rainey and criminal investigator Dendy, to accompany Jason back to his home to check out the story. Upon arriving at Jason's property, investigators made sure to come in through the back, driving without headlights so as not to alert anyone in the Scott household. Jason and the two officers walked through the darkness, shining their flashlights through the chain-link fence to illuminate the two 5-gallon buckets, their bright white plastic almost glowing in the dim light. C.I. Dendy picks up a garden hoe lying in Jason's grass and uses it to reach over the fence and snag the handle of the closest
I've had, like,
bucket.
almost no
lifting it
food
over
today.
to
I
their
had some
side.
peanut butter sandwiches.
Grasping the lid, he peels it off to reveal the ghastly contents,
So I'm
causing
eating
all
fries.
three men to reel back in horror. It's a woman's severed head and hand. 3 days earlier, on July 6th, CCTV footage at Oak Liquor shows a woman entering the store at around 3:30. striding in confidently and heading to the back of the store before stopping and looking around hesitantly. This is Lisa
I
Marie
know, 'cause I
Hyder,
did hypnotic.
and unbeknownst to everyone in the store, this is her last day alive. She scans the back shelves, curling her long auburn ponytail around her fingers and adjusting her large black sunglasses before walking up to the man who has just passed her in the aisle. She isn't from here. She's only traveled up from where she lives in Dunlap, Tennessee to spend time with her ex-husband and 2 young children, the youngest of which is only a year old.
Oh my god.
Just before entering the store,
That
Lisa had been
1-year-old
on the
lost their
phone with her
mother.
ex-husband, trying to get a ride from where she was
That
to the
fucking
house,
sucks.
but he was unloading a truck in Huntsville and couldn't get to her until he was finished. Lisa was stuck where she was, and she needed a ride, which is why
Huntsville just sounds like a fucking southern area. It just does.
police suspect she approached the man in the liquor store. As for why she chose the liquor store, according to her ex-husband, Lisa had been allegedly struggling
Aw.
recently with alcoholism,
No.
which is why they'd split up a few
Oh,
months
that
earlier.
sucks.
Though she had struggled with a dependency
Oh,
to
that
alcohol
sucks.
before, a recent devastating piece of news had kicked her problems into
Oh,
overdrive.
no.
Lisa had been diagnosed
Oh
with
my
ovarian
God.
cancer and had only been given 6 months to live.
At that point, is it just fair to let, like, yes, it's a sickness, right? The whole alcoholism situation. I'm not arguing that it isn't. But at that point, when you know you have 6 months to live, shouldn't it be up to the person to decide how they want to spend those 6 months? Like, if you just want to get absolutely verschnickled every single day, I feel like that's valid. It sucks, and it's a sad situation, but, like, realistically, if you're only given 6 months to live, I could see it. And I could kind of understand it. It sucks for her family, but what are you going to do?
Lisa was reportedly beyond devastated by the news,
Yeah.
drinking to cope and apparently end her life faster,
Again, I don't
spiraling
blame her.
emotionally and behaving more recklessly than she
Honestly,
usually did.
I would be kind of glad that it's alcohol and it isn't like hard drugs, because goddamn, if there's a thing that could drive a person to use hard drugs on a regular basis, it would probably be a situation like this. It would probably be a shitty fucking health diagnosis that is just like, yeah, you're going to die within X amount of months. Like, yeah, that'll do it. It's only sad that
As she's
her
talking
family
to
was
both the
split
man
up
and the
because, like,
cashier,
goddamn.
she
And I
adjusts
think
herself.
that kind of adds to the situation. Like, if they were together, then I could see, like, her partner wanting her to stay clean and sober for, like, the energy of, like, right, you want your children to remember you as healthy and as happy as you possibly can be, and it wouldn't be great for you to basically be getting drunk constantly around the kids. But that's not the situation. So I don't think it's too bad that she would get drunk every other day. Like, if she had more time left to live, then I'd be like, oh yeah, you should work on that and, like, maybe not do that. But I don't know.
Sunglasses, and for a brief moment, a black right eye is visible. How she received this particular
What the
injury
fuck?
is still unknown, but it would pale in comparison to the injuries she would receive later that night. Because the man she's speaking to and will eventually exit the liquor store with is Gregory Scott H.
Oh shit.
Back in Jason's yard, C.I. Dendy and Deputy Rainey are radio.
Because you know she's gonna end up. I mean, they've already said that she's the one that's in the fucking buckets, barrels, whatever. The fact that she was already given a life sentence, the fact that she was already told, "Oh yeah, you're going to die within you have up to 6 months," and the fact that she seemed to have already taken it into her own hands and be like, you know what, I know this is probably gonna make my life end faster, but I'm going to drink and I'm going to enjoy myself and I'm going to do what I need to do. I think it's that much worse that he fucking killed her. Like, she didn't even have that much left. I mean, if you think about, like, human lifespans, she really didn't have a lot left anyway. So, like, bro.
Going for backup, ordering for crime scene units to be
That's fucked
deployed
up.
immediately, and for search warrants to be written. As backup arrives, they head into the Scott residence to place Gregory
Ew.
Scott Hale under arrest, finding him sleeping
Ew.
on a couch in one of the filthy garages. Given
is
what
up
they've
with the
just discovered
okay,
in
I
the
was gonna
white
say, what's going
buckets,
on?
the detectives were
Why is my man wearing a wig? What's going on with that? I mean, at least he didn't kill someone. I don't know if that's better or worse though, bro. Because you can argue the fact that like she kind of deserved to have the ending that she was going. That like she should have had more of a say in how she was going out, especially because she was given a fucking expiration date. Like that fucking sucks. My boy is rocking that hair though. Guys, can I rock that? I don't know if I could.
No doubt disturbed by the item Scott has
What is
decided to use
Wait,
to
no, hold up. What is going on? No, I need to see that again.
The detectives
Number
were
one,
no doubt
that shit's blurred out. That's a dick.
disturbed.
But what's going on with the masks? Because that's just duct tape. I don't know what's going on with the first one. I'll give you that much. The second one is literally just duct tape. And then the third one is a fucking dollar store hockey mask that you fucking markered on. And it looks like you ran out of marker at certain spots. Like, you were really stretching that shit.
Disturbed by the item Scott has decided to use to decorate this space.
Real
These items were later
Halloween
discovered to
props.
be old Halloween
I
props
thought
from
it fucking said real bodies, not Halloween. I was like, huh?
a haunted attraction Scott had worked the previous year. Scott makes no attempt to resist, and when initially
Looks like
confronted,
it's-
admits to being the one who killed the woman.
Edgy, like, preteens. 10-year-olds. That's what you gave them, like dollar store fucking supplies and a box of markers that are just black markers. Was that a Dead by Daylight Trapper mask? Was it? Wait, what? Huh?
The detectives were no
Where?
doubt disturbed by
Where
the
are you
item
seeing
Scott has
this?
decided to use to decorate this
That's
space.
blurred.
These items
No, I don't think it is. I think that's like a Halloween mask that's been like changed up. I don't think it's a trapper one.
were later discovered to be old Halloween
I don't know
props
if the
from a
fucking
haunted
picture
attraction
was less
Scott had worked the
fucking
previous year.
8 pixels would make it a
Scott
little
makes
easier.
no attempt to resist, and when initially
There's
confronted,
similarities, but I
admits to
don't
being
know.
the one who killed the woman and had placed her limbs and head in the 2 buckets and had buried the rest of her in the burn pit nearby. Police take him in, and the following audio is the
What?
never-before-heard
Stuff
interview
$1.
from that night.
That Walmart ass trapper.
It has been analyzed by a licensed professional counselor.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Scott, you were talking to James out there at your house a minute ago, and he advised you of your rights. Okay, I'm Chad Parton. I don't know if you remember me or not. I worked with your mom up here for many, many years.
Chad Parton,
Video
working with
games,
Scott's
Jackson,
mother,
yeah.
would almost certainly imply she'd worked as a member
I'm willing to bet it was video games and it was that devil music. You know what I'm talking about, that devil music.
of law enforcement. But while Scott's mother, father, and son all being mere feet away asleep in the house while Scott committed
Yeah.
this murder, none of their statements or information have ever been released.
Anyway, I'm gonna go over your rights again.
What
this
is
time
even this
since
picture,
we're up
Doc?
here in the office.
Is it just showing that there's alcohol? My house has that. I'm not a murderer. I have not dismembered a woman. I promise.
Okay. If you decide to answer any questions
Because
now
in the
without
background there, that's paint. That's just a cement floor.
the lawyer present, you still have the right
Not
to
like
stop
crackers,
answering
not
at any
black
time.
lipstick.
You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk with a lawyer. Okay.
You know,
This isn't a mission
actually
of
just like
this. That we
country
advised you of
accents,
your
I just
rights.
don't like
Okay. It's right there, Scott.
a percentage of
Mexico.
mindsets that come with
Well,
the
I know
accent.
you're getting some details there, but you kind of skipped ahead a pretty good bit. How'd you meet this girl?
She came up to me at the liquor store and said, "Can
You're missing out, my good friend. Devil music is very fun.
you go? Can I go home with you?"
Here in town?
Yeah, at Oak
What day was this?
Friday.
Is this the girl that you brought in to the house? I mean, your mom and dad saw her. Okay.
I don't know, man. This
The
whole thing
home
is so sad.
detectives
Like,
are
true
referring
crime's
to
already
would be
sad, but
that
I
of
feel like
Scott's
her
mother
deal
and
specifically
father,
just makes
as
it sadder.
37-year-old Scott had lost his job sometime prior.
He has
and
one
moved-
of those ranch houses too. Is that more common in the South? I'm actually curious. Overwhelmingly, are there more ranch houses in the South? Because in New York, the boring part of New York, not New York City, we don't see a lot of ranch houses. Like, there's a few, but my favorite song currently is definitely not sarcasm. I get scared. God damn.
Moved himself and his 14-year-old son into his parents' house.
He has a
According to a narcissistic narrative spun by Scott, which he repeatedly mentions and embellishes throughout the interview, Lisa had apparently immediately found him so attractive that day, she immediately begged
No.
him to take her to his home and had decided she wanted to live with him in his mom's house
What? Okay,
before they had even
hold
left
up.
the liquor.
Actually, hold up. What the fuck? This man thinks he has the most riz. What are you talking about? I have never heard of a situation, and I know motherfuckers that use meth. I have never heard of a situation where they just meet someone, they're like, I want to move in with your son and your mom. I love you. Like, huh? You what?
Liquor store.
What?
Then, once reaching the house and sitting in the grimy garage where Scott kept all of his Halloween decorations,
No.
she apparently couldn't
There's
keep
no
her clothes
fucking
on,
way.
and Scott had to repeatedly ask her to put her shirt back on because his parents might return from picking up his son
No.
at any minute.
There's no way. Anime.
The frenzy has begun.
Show me the titties. I mean, what?
Considering Lisa was only in
No!
Manchester that day to meet with her
Why?
children, whom, according to those who knew her, she adored more than
Yeah.
life itself,
Hey,
it seems
there could've
far
been
more
titties.
likely she simply asked Scott for a
Wow.
ride, and the rest of this story is a fabrication. Though it's likely we'll never know for
That
sure.
one meme ruined
Made
the
what I
emo
was
for me.
drinking on, and she got her a pint of 100 proof vodka, and you can come hang out with me. And then
Calvert?
she got in her head that she could just move in, and Mom ain't gonna let that happen.
So naturally, I ripped her apart and I burned her, and I put her in a bucket. Huh? Huh? You what? Yo, I appreciate cartoon titties and IRL titties. I do not discriminate. So as long as they're titties.
We did have, it was consensual, and she
Yeah.
wanted to be choked.
Are
and,
we-
us
oh
being
my
drunk.
God.
And
No! Is he actually gonna pull the whole she wanted it rough and it went too far and I panicked angle? I hate that so much. Why do so many dudes do that? I say dudes because it's usually fucking cases with dudes. But why? Huh? You what?
Friday night or
It annoys me
Friday
because people
night,
can like
it
get
got
rough
carried
and
away,
boundaries
and
can
I
be
guess I
set. And
strangled her
if
and
God forbid
pulled
something went wrong,
out
you
and
call
went back
in the
911.
garage,
In what world do you
Was using
panic
a
and dismember a
rope or-
body?
hands in a shirt. The shirt's in the garbage can in the garage.
At this point in the interview, Scott once again begins boasting about how into him Lisa was, describing in explicit detail how much she wanted him,
Jesus.
how turned on she was by his tattoos, not once mentioning his
fuck?
thoughts or feelings concerning her. It's unclear why Scott is so desperate to convince the detectives that Lisa was interested in him that he's making up unconvincing details. He may be trying to make sure he isn't on the hook for assault, or it's just the narcissistic side of his
That's
personality
unfortunately
coming
the first place
through.
my brain went.
I-
The first place my brain went is he did a big no-no, and he either raped her while she was alive, or he offed her, and then he did no deeds with her body, and he doesn't want to get caught for that.
Either way, detectives just keep
Because
trying
then
their
he can
best
argue,
to
"Oh,
keep
no, it
him
was
on
consensual."
track.
So you just show me how you done that. You just
Yes,
then
I
I
remember
got-
that.
then I
Dude,
got
that
all-
motherfucker is just staying in the trauma vault. I don't even understand how he was just like, and I don't know, it was like up to here, and he fucking gestured to his elbow. I'm like, motherfucker, what? There is no goddamn way. There is no way you are. Oh no! Especially after I've seen pictures of that crime scene. Censored, but like some of them were shown on stream, and I looked stuff up afterwards. And God, it was a fucking bloodbath. There is no way you proceeded to get anywhere close to that, and you were like, "This is okay. This is fine. She just wants it rough, huh? Huh?"
Off, I
That is
guess
not
she
how that
did,
works.
and she's like, keep choking me, and I kept on. I put a shirt around her neck and tightened it up.
Like, you can be
You know,
into
she's
choking
supposed
and
to,
other
you
things,
know,
but again, you have to
when
have
it
like
was, and
boundaries,
she
safe
never
words,
fought.
and
She never did.
aftercare,
And next thing you know,
if
she's
something,
dead. And I'm
God
like,
forbid, happens when you're doing
this
the
is
sexy
great.
times, you
And I
fucking
guess,
call
I don't know, I
911.
got
Jesus
scared or
Christ.
nervous, or I don't know.
Scott's account of strangulation is interesting because, according to the autopsy, the soft tissue of the neck above the fourth cervical vertebrae are examined. No soft tissue hemorrhage is seen. The hyoid bone and thyroid cartilage are intact.
That's weird.
No
What?
contusions of the neck are seen.
So he wasn't.
While the autopsy does
Huh?
conclusively rule that Lisa's death was caused by homicidal violence, No single
she
cause
wasn't
is
actually-
listed.
It doesn't look
There
like
were
she
no
was actually
drugs other than
strangled.
alcohol in her system, and her lungs showed no evidence of smoke inhalation. So exactly how
fucking
Scott
weird.
ended her
What?
life or why he would feel the need to lie about the exact manner of her death
That's
is
weird.
unknown.
What happened after that,
That's
Scott?
fucking weird.
I mean, you realized that she had passed.
They
Did you
found her
try
belt
to
like 3
give her
times.
CPR
That's
or
why I thought he was
anything?
gonna say
Did
he
you
whipped his
try to
belt out and like
resuscitate
was
her or
choking the bitch
anything?
out with that.
No, I don't know how to do CPR.
Okay,
I smacked her on the face a few times. And
What the?
no response.
Oh my god. She was unresponsive, and like the next thing that you should do or try to do is CPR, but I didn't know, so I just smacked her face a few times. What? You what?
I opened up her eyes.
There's this funny thing where if you fucking call 911,
Yeah.
they instruct you
I
on
pulled
how to
up her
do that.
eyelid and
They tell you how to do it.
And then moved
Yes,
it.
Cowboys.
Her pupil
That's
didn't
my dad's
dilate or
favorite
move
team.
or nothing. I've been wanting to go into a psychiatric hospital because I've already been having urges.
Like my dad has
and they've just been
Cowboys
getting
merch.
greater and greater, and I don't know if it's what, but I guess before I could get to one. So I've been watching a lot of serial killer stuff.
Oof,
I
ow.
don't know if that was
I
getting in my
just took a
head.
drink.
I've been
Damn.
having some crazy things happening at the house, like as far as unexplainable, supernatural, whatever.
That
I
fucking
suffer from
bird.
sleep paralysis, not sleep apnea, but paralysis. So
Holy
I'll
fuck, that
come
bird.
to. I'm completely
I blame you,
paralyzed and I
sorry.
can't move.
Despite Scott's best efforts
The
to make
fucking
himself seem
ribs.
troubled or possibly insane, what he's describing isn't a disorder, as it happens to people fairly regularly.
But you're conscious.
Yeah, and
That is
not
some
this
shit.
last
No,
time.
hold up. That is some shit I would draw when I was 10, going through my edgy phase. Also, it kind of looks like a dick and balls. I don't know if that's intentional.
Happened the time before, because I looked it up on the internet and I found out a lot of people that's claim to be abducted by aliens suffer from it.
What the
I've
hell?
also
That,
looked up
okay, that is some southern shit. I'm sorry. I have never, everyone that I've talked to that talks about alien abduction, like for real, on God, not joking, is from the South. It, like 100%. Also, I love the jump from aliens to demons. Like, I feel like there's big differences between the two. Nice.
it was a demon,
The
and
engineer.
anybody who knows my reputation knows I'm into the dark stuff. This last time, not this last time, time before it
Like,
happened.
he literally just
I've come
jumped from
to,
aliens to demons.
It was a deep paralysis. And I
don't
could hear
have,
something
like,
above me
paralysis.
breathing.
I don't have
And
issues with
something
that, but I'll
slid my
wake up
fan.
fucking
The
sobbing.
way I was laying on the bed, something slid my fan all the way over,
Yeah.
like where I look over laying down. Fan stayed running, and that's impossible. 'Cause that cord's barely long enough to plug in where it was.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, I've had a headache, constant. It's been about 2.5 months, and a beeping sound for about 2 weeks.
You've had a
I had
headache
an
for
episode,
2.5
give or
months.
take
You
a
have
week
fucking
ago,
tumor,
and the
brother.
beeping sound's back in my head. And it's just ever since then, it's just my
Shit,
thoughts
I didn't
ain't
think
been
about
right.
that.
Yeah.
How long you been out of
Checks
rehab?
out, it checks out.
This question,
Plus, there's more
posed by
cows and
Detective
shit for
Cheryl,
them to abduct.
seemingly
It
comes
makes
out of
sense.
nowhere and isn't mentioned at any point in the interview before or after now. Since both of the detectives seem to know Scott from before this crime, it might just be prior knowledge.
I left it. I didn't even stay 24 hours because
How long ago was it been when you went there?
about 2 Februarys ago.
You ain't used any meth in the past couple of
Again,
months?
every fucking shot of this house is a mess and a half. You can live in a shitty house and it can still be clean. I'll say this every fucking time I see this shit on a true crime stream, because for some reason it keeps popping up. But motherfucker, it takes maybe half a day for these messier scenes to just walk around, pick your shit up, dust, vacuum, sweep, do the laundry. Like, goddamn.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Didn't think Brahmin were real until
took an
the green
Adderall.
men showed up.
When you take it?
Maybe a week ago.
Pretty much all you've been doing is drinking, man.
Like,
Drinking,
ew.
smoking weed.
Like, I
Might do
hope that's a fucking
Percocets,
garbage
Nitros,
can,
but
'cause
I
what
don't
the
take
fuck?
those
That's
to get high on them. I've
You have
abused my
new life
body so
forms
much.
starting in there,
I
brother.
So once you realize that and she's there and you're like, okay, how long did you sit and think, or
Did you call anybody? Tell your parents? Or...
Mm-mm.
so what happened from there?
I covered her up with a blanket on my love seat. I'm pondering what to do, which I should have just called y'all, but
fucking
another
shit.
part of me was
You should have
wanting,
did that before.
you know,
You should
like,
have
you
literally
went
done that
this
as
far,
you realized she
you
was
know,
dying.
and that's when I pulled her off love seat and I put her underneath the boat.
Shit! I didn't
threw
know
some
that.
stuff on top of her, so in case Mom or Dad
It's like
walked
they
out there and
know.
looked
Right.
to see if she was there,
That's
you know,
fucked up.
because, you know, walked in, I told Mom, I was like, well, she's gone. She got mad because I wouldn't stand up to you
Do
and
the aliens
let her
have
stand here, and she
tentacles?
just took off
I
walking.
need to know this
I waited
for
till they went to
science.
sleep, and I guess I just let my twisted side take over. I do have personality issues.
In Albion, no matter where you go or what you do, your mount will accompany you on your
I
journey.
don't care.
Perhaps
Suck
you'll
my dick and balls.
It's unknown what Scott's official
You know it.
diagnoses are, but given his potential parasitic lifestyle and the seeming lack of emotion here,
Real.
it would be tempting to
That's
guess
real.
that he has a form of antisocial personality disorder. However, without knowing his full history, it's hard to be certain.
After they went to sleep, I pulled her out from underneath the boat, and I gazed on her for a minute. I laid down beside her and was just touching.
Mm-hmm. Was she still warm?
She was starting to lose it, and I forgot what the word is when the blood settles.
Rigor.
No, that's
Pulling.
stiffening.
Pulling.
Yeah, and there's already, you know, splotches. And she was starting to get a little rigor mortis, but not too bad. Her arms, you know, they still kind of, when I drug
Well,
her
it
out,
makes me
because I
sad
grabbed her by her
'cause she
ankle,
had
and
kids.
her arms still kind of,
She was
Still
going
but
through
her
shit.
legs was a
And
little
he
stiff.
also has at least
I
a
was in my
child
head,
that
I
they
was
mentioned.
thinking maybe she's just
And, like,
faking.
that's fucked
There's
up.
still a part of me that was hoping.
Maybe she just passed out or something.
Yeah. There's another knife in the garage. It's about this long, gray blade. Got a machete handle with duct tape on it. And I've worked at a
is some
slaughterhouse for
fucking
6 years, so I know where to go to,
MacGyvered shit
you know,
right there. Why
any
is
deer
there
hunter,
is the duct tape
anybody
holding
like
it
that
together?
that's skinned, you know,
Is it to add to the
you
grip?
know how
I
to
need
feel
to
the
know.
joints. And
This is an interesting justification he tries to make several times throughout the interview, trying to downplay his actions as a totally normal thing
Which
any
is
deer
in
hunter
any
or
field,
slaughterhouse
no.
employee would be able to do. As though there are
No.
many people in these
No.
fields that would even think of doing something this horrendous. In reality,
God,
very
Dustin,
few
don't
people,
do it
regardless of
right.
their profession or skill in
Nice.
butchering animals, would even know where to begin when faced with the task of applying their skills to the body of a fellow human being.
Yeah, it is
that
a
was
little
taking
fucked.
too long, but I did. I started with her head. I cut her head off first.
Did you put any plastic or anything down, or you just did it
No.
right there on the floor?
No, that floor was covered with blood.
You moved the carpet out of there, like there's green carpet or.
And there's some blue carpet in there. I was going to pull it up, and my knife wasn't sharp enough
The pocket knife I got off the.
to do what I was wanting to do quickly. So I got the axe and cut off her hands, or at least I busted the bone with the axe. And then I used the knife and I cut off her feet.
Bear in mind that up to this point, Scott has
Jesus
maintained that he had a
Christ.
woman die in his home accidentally.
Okay,
and
so with, like, all of these, what kills me is the fact that, like, a lot of them do the whole I just panicked. Number one, that's weird as fuck, right? Like, if I would like to think most people in a setting where someone is dealing with something that is, like, looks like they're dying or looks like they need medical attention, you're going to call 911. But if God forbid you didn't, and then they're actually, like, gone, right? Like, they're passed out, whatever. How is your next fucking step gonna be like, I gotta dismember her? What? Like, there's no way
Panicking
you
went
could
about
justify
disposing of the
that.
body
There's
in the
no
quickest way
fucking
he knew
way.
how. This next part, however, reveals
Like, you
the true
cannot play
depth of
that
his
off. And
depravity,
so many people
and
try
is
to
one
play
of the
that
most
off, and
sickening
that
and
kills me.
disgusting confessions we've ever heard.
And I was going to eat some of her.
Oh my
So I kind
fucking
of cut
god.
off some of her, rump and part of her back strap.
What the fuck?
Backstrap is a term used by
What the
hunters to
fuck?
describe the long strip of
forgot
muscle
it
that runs
fucking said
parallel to the
cannibal.
animal's
Oh.
spine, and is a
Dude,
particularly
I would
prized.
although like I would never fucking I would never consume human. I part of my monkey brain is curious as to what it would actually taste like. Especially considering I don't eat meat to begin with. Like I've never technically when I was like 2, I think I had meat because my family wasn't vegetarian at that point in time. But like I haven't consumed meat and I don't remember. So part of me is curious. Not gonna lie, not like I'd act on it, right? But like it's in the back portion of my brain. It's like, huh?
Cut of meat and big game for being the most tender and flavorful, because it isn't a muscle often used by four-legged animals. Because human beings are not four-legged game animals and therefore cannot be split into similar cuts of meat, there's no telling what muscles Scott actually tried hacking out of Lisa's body.
Nice.
But just the fact he thought of doing this at all and goes on to use these
That's just
terms
so
to describe
fucking
her
weird.
body shows how little regard
Bro, I
he
saw an
holds for
article in
her
school
and
about
the
flying
life he
cars, and it literally
took.
just showed a helicopter, but
Detectives
with
are
four-
understandably thrown by
What? What? Huh? It just showed a helicopter, but with 4 propellers in place of the landing gear. What? What? Nice. Fish counts as meat. What the fuck? It is a living being. You're eating its muscle and its meat. That's what it is. How the fuck does that not count? God damn.
this.
Did you cut her back strap out?
Part of it.
Did you keep any of it?
It's all in those buckets.
This is interesting because, according to the autopsy,
Yes.
only the lower
I'm not
arms,
having
legs,
this.
hands, feet, and head were present in
You
the
ate all
buckets when
nuts.
collected
You
by
ate fish bones, dog? What the fuck is wrong with you? The eyeball. Well, no, the eyeballs I feel like would count as meat, right? This is something I never thought I would think of. Technically, anything that isn't the bones would be considered meat. It is meat off of that animal. It is fish meat. That is still meat.
police. No back strap was found, though again, what exactly Scott is referring to is unknown.
Ugh.
But his words
Ugh.
flow too smoothly
That doesn't
here
sound
compared to
good.
his other
Ugh.
lies. So it seems that regardless of what he managed to actually do, he viewed Lisa as little more than an animal to be slaughtered.
Jesus
He went out of
Christ.
his way to cut out what he thought would be the tastiest portions of her.
The body's underneath the fire pit.
What about the legs? Are they in the buckets or in the fire pit?
Both.
You got a refrigerator or anything up there in your garage? Any
I guess.
No. Now I flipped her over
I just think
And I
tissue
cut up her
equals
belly.
meat. You know what I
and
mean?
reached up and cut her heart out.
What'd you do with it?
And I
Oh.
slung it.
So
Put it
wait,
out in the
I'm
yard.
very confused, Zombie. You have to fucking you have to explain. You have to expand on that. Was it intentional or not intentional? Were you supposed to eat the bones or were you not supposed to eat the bones? Because I know there are certain cuisines and certain things from different parts of the world where you do actually eat parts of the bones for the creature, which, ugh. But, whatever, it is what it is. It's honestly no different than eating the meat of the animal. You're eating the animal. But, huh? I guess. I don't know. I don't know, man. Whenever someone says meat, I just think animal, just in general, because it's usually just animal. I don't think I could, my own, I don't know, I don't even know how to phrase it. I don't think I'd be comfortable eating meat. I could see myself being okay with going back to being vegetarian, if I'm gonna be dead honest. I'm vegan mostly for environmental reasons, because it takes a lot, to raise and take care of, resource-wise, it takes a lot to raise and take care of animals to produce things like milk and other things. So that's the main reason why I'm vegan right now. But I can see myself going vegetarian, getting lazy and going vegetarian. I don't think I could go full, eating meat and stuff. I don't think I'm comfortable with that, but probably not. So you don't even know? What?
Heard somewhere.
That's
You
fucked
swing
up,
it
brother.
straight from the garage or to the left?
No,
or
it's
to the
like-
left field?
Where those buckets are. There's a fence.
Bruh.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of because
Just
Mom was coming out. And
Yeah.
So you just sort of slung it across the driveway?
Yeah, 'cause she kept saying, because Mom and Dad was noticing them talking about what's Clyde
Not the
keep
piss-
smelling,
she-
what's Clyde
you
keep
put her in the
smelling.
piss bucket.
Clyde seems to be the family
Absolute
dog,
country
though
piss
this isn't
buckets.
confirmed.
Yeah.
And this was Friday night?
And this was today. And I went and built a fire. And I tried to burn her remains. And I was going to bury the heads.
I
the
don't
head
understand
and
what
the
he
other
was
bo-
trying to do, or what the thought process was, because he was like, I'm going to cut her up. I'm going to burn random parts of her. I'm going to put the other parts of her in buckets, and then I'm going to go hide those parts, bury them. I'm very confused. It's very convoluted. You'd think the man would either dismember and hide them, or dismember and just burn them altogether. It's just
body parts.
different.
So the pieces that you cut, the back strap and whatnot, you went ahead and burnt them, or are they in a bucket too?
They're in the buckets.
They're in the buckets. But you never did. You never did
Also,
frying.
fucking massive. Just like that has to suck for the family because they were already probably starting the grieving process to a certain degree and dealing with their own like emotional issues because mom was choosing, or the partner, or however, whatever position you're looking at as. Mom was choosing her alcoholism over, I'm assuming, her family at that point because she was kind of grieving the fact that she was going to be dead in probably 6 months or less. And the family's trying to process this and also processing what she's doing and you know, how she's going about dealing with it, which she's an adult and that, you know, it's valid and it sucks for the family. But, like, in my opinion, but, like, she's going through all that and then all of a sudden you get the news that she's been murdered. Like, that is just a slap in the face. That is so fucked up.
Or cook any of her or nothing, or eat. Did you ever eat any of it?
Yeah.
You did. What part did you
So
eat?
he actually did.
Piece of meat off a leg that while she was in the fire.
While it was cooking. How big a piece do you think it was? Just, okay. About the size of an egg.
What the fuck?
Was it cooked up pretty good,
What
or
the
was
fuck?
it still semi-raw?
It was juicy. It didn't taste like blood, though. I mean, but it tasted like a charboard piece of steak.
Similarly to how Scott was trying to convince the detectives of Lisa's burning passion for him, he also seems to be trying to convince them that what he did wasn't despicable or utterly insane, because she just tasted like steak.
Well, let me ask you this. Before you cut her up, or any time during you cut her up, did you drink any of her blood, or did you have with her again?
No.
Okay. So basically what you done, you just got busy of trying to dispose of her. Did you take any other organs out? Just the heart?
I assume that's blood stains.
You really wasn't sure why she was dead? Why didn't you call somebody to come up there and check on her?
Because something else is in control.
So in a way you wanted her to be dead?
I don't know
He's
what
trying
was
to write
going
off
on
his
in my
aliens
head.
and demons.
It's
dog.
curious that Scott keeps mentioning how he wasn't in control of his actions while at the
Now
same
real
time
bodies,
providing
Halloween props
excruciating
only.
detail on exactly
I thought
what
that
those
was real
actions
hair.
were,
How dare you?
and at times, exactly why he did them. It's possible that he may be trying to set up a half-hearted attempt at an insanity defense throughout the interview, but isn't really sure how to go about it.
Yeah, I don't. I know that.
Night.
Okay, so I know that part of the reason why they blur certain things is because these are on YouTube, and YouTube is really weird and picky about specifically true crime content if it involves anything that could be deemed graphic. I don't know. I have no idea. This video could have been originally uploaded by the original poster, Ewu whatever, and maybe it wasn't blurred and they just had the black and white filter on, and then they got word from YouTube before they made it public that was too graphic and then that wasn't okay, or it cut into their monetization or something, and then they decided to blur it after. That is the thing that does happen, especially with a lot of true crime stuff. Yeah. Greetings, one to Nick. Okay.
Not really. She just irritated me a little bit.
It's clear that detectives are trying to find some possible motive for this murder and the horrific acts that swiftly followed, as it seems unlikely that it was simply an accident.
I don't know. In this
As
case,
it turns
really
out, the next part may reveal a bit of what Scott's true motivation might be.
Here's one thing you need to
No.
do before buying anything online.
No.
Don't spend another dime on Amazon
Fuck
until
you.
you watch this.
I don't mean you talked about this last time, but I talked to you up there at the house. I can't remember if you was telling me that you was reading books about serial killers or if it was the movies you was telling me about.
I was
Wasn't you reading
Bro, I can barely read English.
I was just studying about them, just watching like biographies.
I miss this TV. We used to have a TV just like this. Forever ago.
Yeah, you had to hit the sides of it.
I think you're thinking about a different one only because this is one. The one that I'm referencing is one that we had for the first like 5 years of my life.
Oh yeah, someone.
It was in the what used to be the playroom that is now the
Fridge room.
the like food storage and fridge back room. That used to be a playroom.
Yeah, I know.
For me and for Ewok. And in the playroom, we had this dusty, crusty, musty, old-ass TV because it worked that played VHS tapes and plug-and-play video games.
Yeah, no, I was talking about the one that was in the boys' room for quite a bit until it died. They hit the sides so the color would come back.
Yeah, that's a different one. It's a different type. Yeah.
What's your favorite movie to watch as far as serial killers?
No, I was doing the biographies, the real
Read them?
stories. And I'd look up on the internet.
Like Jeffrey Dahmer or
Yeah. My favorite one's Richard Ramirez.
Ramirez. Was he the one that
He was a
Atlanta?
Night Stalker.
Richard Ramirez, aka the Night Stalker, was an American serial killer who terrorized the Southern
Yeah,
California
boy.
region in the mid-80s, killing at
He
least
had mad
13
Sims
people
'cause he looked
and assaulting
conventionally
countless
attractive.
others. According to some articles on this case, Scott reportedly wrote on his Facebook page
hell?
on the day of Ramirez's death, R.I.P. Night Stalker, wish I could have met you. However,
What the
this
fuck?
couldn't be verified.
The Night Stalker, that's right. John Wayne Gacy or
I've read about Gacy. I mean, I got on bad serial killer kick a few years back, and that's all I put on my Facebook was just videos, like, because I don't listen to exactly what you call mainstream music. And, you know, I'd find videos of serial killers and, you know, by different bands where they're playing and, you know, this video footage of different killers. And I told her, I was like, I'm wanting to check into a psychiatric hospital and just thinking about it too much.
This admission is very interesting, as
hate
it could
that.
suggest that Scott
I don't love serial killers, but I do find them fascinating. Does that make me horrible? He listens to that devil music, duh. Like, I've gone into it before, but it's the reason why I do true crime stuff. I find the psychology and the reasoning and how these things happen and, you know, the question marks in cases like these, like, how do we get to this point? I find that kind of stuff fascinating, and I also kind of find it fascinating how cases unfold, like, through the court process. You know, how you have serial killers that develop, like, some sort of following, how the victims' families respond to everything, and then the actual end game of how these people are sentenced, what happens to them in prison. I find that interesting. My favorite serial killer is a dog. Okay. I know, it's Chucky. I'm aware.
had in fact fantasized about committing the same types of depraved acts as the serial killers he had an admittedly
I
unhealthy
don't
obsession
idolize
with,
their
which may
their
explain why he was so
intentions. I
quick
don't
to start
idolize
destroying
some of their
Lisa's body so
motivations. I don't
soon after her
idolize what they've
supposedly
done
accidental
or them
demise.
themselves, but I do
Detectives seem to
find
start
serial
thinking along the
killers
same
interesting from a
lines, as their
psychological
next few
perspective.
questions focus on the ideas presented by the idea Scott may have been acting out serial killer
How the fuck
fantasies.
did you find
I guess
this?
things went sour before I could
What
get to
the
one.
hell?
Moccasin Ben always
I had
kicks
one
me
of my
out.
piercings.
I'll be there a day or 2 or 3.
you're fine, go home.
Yeah,
Is this the only person that you've ever hurt like that?
yes.
You ever tried doing anything else? Dogs, cats, anything like
I'm an
that?
animal lover.
I thought you had a dog up there. at one time.
I love the fact that
Yeah.
he says I'm an
I mean, I
animal
worked in
lover,
the slaughterhouse, but
and he
Man,
just
worked out
fucking killed
champions.
a woman.
worked there on and off for
If
6
that
years.
isn't-
For Charlie and them out there.
Mhm.
It's probably the most
Yeah, but-
relatable thing this man has said and probably will ever say in his fucking life. He's just like, nah. People, they suck. Animals? Fucking yes. Why would I touch an animal?
Falling out.
So when you were having with her and she wanted you to start choking her out, what was your thoughts? What was going through your
Why do
head
we
then?
keep showing the
You
statue
thinking
that
this
has
is my
a dick?
opportunity? I'm just gonna choke her out and live out one of my
Why are we
fantasies,
doing
or
that?
Pretty much.
opportunity was a knocking, wasn't it?
Yeah. You know what's up? We was gonna go to a different damn liquor store too. And we was right there about to pull in. She goes, "What?" She goes, "You can't go to Oak Candy. You owe that woman money." I was like, "No, I paid her off." So she just went all the way to Oak Liquor instead of stopping at Westmead.
Maybe it was
That
fate.
fucking sucks.
Who knows?
This last statement seems to be Detective Parton taking a weak stab at one of the principles of the Reed technique, perhaps presenting an alternative theory to get Scott to admit to more details because the alternative makes the crime sound not that bad. It's at this point that the interview deviates from Lisa's cold-blooded murder and takes a rambling turn into Scott's personal life, starting with the other failed relationships with women he's had in the past and the misdemeanor charge for possession of drug paraphernalia that was still pending at the time of the murder, none of which, of course, were ever his fault. It's interesting to note that he blames the paraphernalia charge entirely on the woman he was seeing at the time, saying,
What?
Yeah, it's misdemeanor paraphernalia. And me and this girl hooked up on a blind date. She was from Winchester. I couldn't get her to leave. somebody called the police or something and said that I was dealing drugs and all this. And I ain't no drug dealer. You know, I'm a user.
This seems to be a running theme in Scott's life, that he never does anything wrong, the bad things that happen to him are never his fault, and that he's so irresistible to crazy women, they all immediately want to live with him.
That's a weird.
The detectives
I can understand someone never taking the blame for something or always being the victim or it's always someone else's fault. Unfortunately, I feel like everyone knows someone in their life where that is just how that person operates. You have that narcissism kind of going on. But I cannot get over the immediate jump to a huge percentage of women just want to be with him. And, like, immediately out of the gate, they just want to live with him. Huh? I have never heard of that. No.
offer no comment on this,
There is no
instead trying to steer
fucking
Scott
way.
back to the matter of Lisa.
Absolutely no way.
And while Scott does answer their questions,
bullshit.
it's now only between stories about himself, random details on his life, or any random thought that seems to cross his mind.
I'm gonna read on here about serial killers and stuff like that. Was you thinking about keeping any body parts at all?
It crossed my mind. And I thought about keeping her skull because, you know, I'm all the time messing with masks and Halloween decorations, stuff like that. And I was like, you know.
For those of you keeping track, Scott has now referred to the victim as a slaughtered animal and is now comparing her to a Halloween decoration, further indicating how little regard he had for Lisa Hyder's life.
Just
Eventually,
fucked
the
up.
exhausted detectives wrap up the nearly 3-hour interview by reading Scott's overwrought
Damn.
confession back to him, and he signs it. Gregory Scott Hale pleaded guilty to first-degree murder on January 15, 2015. And though on the surface
guess
this
at
may
least he
seem
didn't
as though
fight
he
it.
was finally taking responsibility for his
Shit. Yeah,
actions,
maybe I spoke too
in
soon.
recent years he claims he was charged and sentenced
my God.
unjustly on the grounds of religious persecution.
What?
The religion in question implied to be Satanism. However, there's
Oh
no
my God.
concrete evidence that Gregory Scott Hale was a
that's
practicing
fucking
theistic
stupid.
or atheistic Satanist. Or were there any signs of satanic literature, paraphernalia, or religious
No, he
symbolism
had some
found anywhere
stupid
near the crime
living
scene?
style. I
Aside
looked
from
up
a crudely
scary.
rendered Leviathan cross
Yeah.
scribbled on a sheet of
Yeah.
notebook paper on a dusty desk.
Yeah.
Some point to one Leviathan cross as a sign that Scott was a practicing Satanist.
That- I
However,
don't
on
know,
this
man.
same desk, in a place of equal prominence, there was a Star Trek fan collective Borg DVD.
True.
But few have pointed to this as evidence that he worshipped the Borg Queen. Scott
Okay, I
never
like the
mentioned
commentary
Satanism
on
or any
this.
other alternative belief systems in his interview. While a handful of the news
What the
articles written
fuck?
after his arrest
You've go. You fucking boot up Facebook. And you see this? I'm sorry. That's fucking weird. What? Huh? Was this his OC or was he just dressing up for the day? Oh my god. This is genuinely some DeviantArt level shit, and I'm sorry. It just is. I'm allowed to mock him. He fucking killed a woman. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a hobby. There's nothing wrong with making your own, like, pieces, like the masks there, even though they definitely need to be improved. But, like, motherfucker, what?
briefly bring up Satanism as a possible motive. It appears they're basing the assumption that Scott worshipped the devil on his love of metal music.
See,
The
it
album-
is! It's the devil music! Oh my god! I called it. It was the devil music. Had a cool day today. Hung out with an old... Why do people type it like that? Hung out with an old friend that I played music with back in the day. And listened to tapes we recorded of us jamming. And got me a new goat something or CD. Hell yeah.
Album covers of which adorn his Facebook page and dark comedy. Scott also goes on to complain that all of the articles only include the bad things about him. allegedly
That's
writing,
very 13-year-old
"Y'all only put up the bad. I've been told by a couple of people who really know me and who wrote positive things about me,
Shit,
or
I hate
said
that.
positive
I hate when
things,
that
and for some
happens.
reason that never
I grew up listening to devil music, dog. If devil music really had that effect on people, I would have already murdered multiple individuals or done something to myself. And I haven't. It is not the fucking music.
gets published. But people who don't really know me that speaks only diluted BS that is secondhand BS and bad about me. Y'all want to smear that all over the paper. Regardless, the family of Lisa Marie Hyder can rest assured that the man who brutally murdered and dismembered this young mother of 6 will rot in prison for the rest of his life.
See, for me, it's because my mom was a big metal fan. I say it like she isn't still. She's still a big metal and rock fan. So I grew up listening to that. Hell, I'll even double down on that fucking theory. I grew up listening to devil music and going to fucking pagan, like, pride festivals and pagan festivals. And I still haven't murdered an individual. It's funny. It's like that doesn't fucking matter. No, I haven't. I will claim that I haven't, because I haven't. This is from the same channel, Ewu Crime Story Time. When friends realize a killer is in a group chat. This is Sam Poss.
Before scene footage captures the chilling moment that 2 detectives are led into the woods by a killer, where they make a horrifying discovery.
I bet if you pull that tarp back a little bit more, it's gonna uncover.
Ooh, I finished my dinner. The
There's a
nuggies were
black
very
sheet
good.
like something right here. I don't know if you can pull it. See that right there?
It was the morning of October 16th, 2016, when Chris Poss reported his 18-year-old son, Sam, missing.
Look at that gamer
According to
headset.
Chris,
Holy
Sam
shit.
had left late the previous night to help a friend, 17-year-old Dakota White, with some computer problems. But Sam never made it home, having vanished into the night without a trace.
What the hell?
It was unusual for Sam to be out of contact for so long, as he was known to be responsible and considerate. According to his father, Chris, Sam could be clever and sarcastic, a bit of a charming smart aleck at times, but he was especially kind and giving and willing to help anyone at the drop of a hat. At first, only Sam's family was looking for him, but as the day went on, the search became more desperate. Sam's father decided to involve the police once he realized his son wasn't with any of his friends.
Wait, how young was
In fact,
he? I don't
none
remember.
of them had even heard
He's
from
younger,
Sam
but I
since
don't
the night
remember how
before.
young he said, if he said.
A large foot search soon took place. In
Oh,
addition to
shit.
law enforcement, family, friends, neighbors, and even strangers came out to search for Sam. A helicopter and multiple K-9 units were called in to help, but despite the monumental effort, there was still no sign of Sam. In an exclusive interview with Ewu, Brayson, who was 19 years old at the time and a close friend of Sam's, recounts what it was like to realize Sam was missing.
We planned on going to the state fair. I made plans to go over that night to like hang out with him, and so that way in the morning we can just go straight to the fair. I had to work late, so I told him, don't worry about it. I'll let Christian come pick me up tomorrow. And the text messages are called Dad because that's just how it was. I've known him since I was like 8. So I get home and go to sleep, wake up the next morning. I get a call from Chris asking me like if I've heard anything from Sam or seen him. And I said, no, that's a little weird. He's like, oh, okay, well, maybe he's at the fair, something like that. So we go to the fair, we run around looking for him, can't find him. Most of the time after that, it was just kind of a blur. We just,
because I feel like it would just be
like really
panic,
one thing
right?
after another. We just kept
Like
looking.
it would just
Police
be
approached Sam's girlfriend, hoping she might be able to shed some light on the situation. The following footage has never been seen before. It's been analyzed by a licensed professional counselor.
Erica Cox.
You know where you could possibly be?
I've been thinking about that, and I have no idea. Because all of his friends, places that he might be, they're trying to get a hold of me and asking me if I know where he is. It kills me. Because what if something bad happens?
True. That's what we're trying to find out.
Pussy! Hell yeah. I like just add because it's pussy. Yeah. Aww.
Even while interviews with Sam's friends were still in process, Dakota, the last person to see Sam, took to Facebook and posted multiple news links and asked everyone to keep looking.
Pretty much when the relationship ended.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Why?
We were both going through a really rough time, and we just couldn't deal with each other and deal with our problems at the same time.
That's
kind of
actually kind of
problems?
mature
Yeah.
to like be like, yeah, we need some
We
time
both
apart
were
to
kind
deal
of
with
struggling with
things.
depression.
Maybe things will happen after, but
Investigators also
it
decided
happens.
to speak with
And there are
Dakota,
grown-ass,
the last
fully
person to see
developed,
Sam.
actual,
Dakota had participated
drinking
in the
age
earlier
legal
foot
adults
search,
that don't
and
seem
while
to understand and
investigators had
realize that that
already
is a thing that
spoken
can
with him at his
happen.
house, they decided to bring him into the station for a more structured interview.
Just like I said, you know, you done told me already, but we need to go over this a little bit more thorough. Then I'll find you back here. But take you back to Saturday night. What?
Before we met?
Well, yeah, before we met Friday morning, we met Saturday.
Okay. I met him on the game. We were playing a game together as usual. Stuff we were working on.
Gamers.
It was kind of bugging out.
Look at that fucking setup, boys.
I'm not the smartest when it comes to the software. I'm more like the hardware when it comes to the computers. He's a software type of person, and I asked him if he could come help me out. You know, he said yes. I told him I could pick him up real quick. I went and I picked him up. He came by. He helped me with it. Went to leave. I went to walk out. He said he'd walk. It was fine. Okay, go out the door behind him. That's the last time I saw him.
Police were able to confirm that Dakota, under the username Coffee Chew, messaged Sam, aka Exkerval, on the night in question, asking him to come over.
What?
Later that same night, Dakota sent a follow-up message indicating that he was still having difficulties. But Sam never responded. Instead, Dakota was contacted by Sam's father the next morning as he began the frantic search for his son. This story aligned perfectly with what Dakota had previously told police, maybe too perfectly. But when they did a brief search of his property, hoping to find clues as to which way Sam might have gone, they found nothing incriminating.
That is a
However, they did notice a small trailhead in the backyard. For reasons Dakota is about to share, it didn't seem likely that Sam had gone that way.
Did y'all talk on the way there?
Not too much. He just asked what exactly was going on, and I was like, I'm not sure. I think I messed up the code somewhere. It was punched in numbers on the script for the game, and I always messed it up a lot because I'm not good with numbers. So I just, I told him what was going on. He said, okay, look at it when we got there. And that's it. It's only about not even a 5-minute drive from my house to his, so.
Okay. And at the time, he wasn't wearing any shoes, or did he bring his shoes?
No, he wasn't wearing any shoes.
Okay.
What
When
the
did his
fuck?
father come over?
He was
It
rocking
was about
no
5 p.m.
shoes. Is
yesterday.
that
I
normal?
just got home.
Like when I'm
from-
at home
when
in the
my family was
summertime,
visiting and
I
everything
won't
from
wear
Florida.
shoes when
I
I
just
go
got home from
outside
that. He
just
showed up about
because
the
it's
time I
fine.
showed
But
up.
like if I leave
About 5
my
p.m.
house,
Sunday.
like front yard, backyard house, I usually have bare bones like flip
No,
flops
we had
on.
5 p.m. He saw the messages where, me and him came over because Sam had his laptop unlocked, and so his dad went there messaging people clearly saying they knew where he was. He said he saw the message that we hung out, so he came by. He went and saw Zach. Zach told him where I lived, and so he came by and he just asked if I'd seen him.
What?
I told him about the trails. He asked if I mind
What is
walking
it?
them with him, and that's when we went and walked the trails.
What?
It's hard to believe that Sam
you
would have cut
talking
through the
about?
woods barefoot at any time, much less the middle of the night. Even though Sam's father had already walked the trails, the police made a second search of the trail.
Can we stop showing
The
Dad
effort
with
was
the gamer
brief,
headset?
a choice they
That
may
fucking
come to regret.
No, I'm gonna say
Did you try to contact
the fuck.
Sam after he left?
Yeah, I did. I messaged him
I
by
Does
3
Dad
o'clock.
really
I
not
think.
have
I
any
asked
other
him if he'd
pictures?
be back yet. 'Cause I didn't see him get
They
online.
already showed
Yeah, about 3
this.
o'clock in the
He
morning,
had
about an hour after
fucking
he left.
gamer issues.
The
He
thing
needed
shows
that big
whenever you
brain
get online
code.
or when you're offline,
Why did he
or
need
just
code?
the way,
I'm
whatever it
very
feels like you are.
confused because
But
they're
it says
showing
you're
like
online, and I didn't see that he got back online. Asked him if he was there.
They were showing,
Not told
like,
him
a
he was working. Asked him if he
PlayStation.
wanted to play, and he never messaged me back.
Typically, at this point
I'm
in an
very
investigation,
confused, but
police would
okay.
have attempted to trace a missing person's cell phone. However, while going through the Poss home looking for clues, they discovered Sam's
actually-
phone in his bedroom.
Let me do a
His
thing real
computer
quick
was
while
still there
we're
as
watching
well,
this.
which his family and friends all
I need
said
to
he
remove
never
the,
would have left
mic
behind.
arm from my throat with
And what was
so I can just remove
Sam's
that,
demeanor?
'cause I don't
The night
count
you saw him? How was it? Did he
bit.
was strong or anything like that?
I just seemed normal. I'm not super personal with him. Like no face was first moment. He just seemed normal,
No.
like Sam.
Detectives then wrap up the interview
God,
with
there's
Dakota.
pop-ups.
Now
What the
that they
fuck
had
is
followed
this?
up on all the potential
No.
leads and found nothing, police actually had fewer clues
What the
than
fuck
when
is
they'd
wrong with you
started the
people?
investigation.
I swear to God,
But
I would
not for
smack
long.
you if I could.
A few days later, they got a lead out of left field. Knowing that the search for Sam was still on, a high schooler came forward to share a concerning conversation he'd had with a classmate on the bus.
Tell me what happened.
What the fuck?
I got one in the bus, and he looked
1v1 what? Is this another meme that I don't understand?
You know, I sat in front of him, and he asked me a question. He said, if you figured out something that, you know, I did something bad, would you still
I don't know. I need to look into mouse and keyboard options that are like relatively cheap. I'm okay with spending a chunk of money, but not anything crazy. I need to look into that.
I told him I'd still be your friend even if it was murder.
Part of me wants to get a keyboard, like a decent keyboard, and get keycaps for it.
Mistakes don't make them who they
So
are.
I can get like
Unless
funky
you don't learn.
keycaps. They just look good.
And then we just kept talking like that for a while. Like, then he told me that it was murder.
Did he tell you how he did it or anything like that?
He didn't tell me that much.
What the hell?
He told me that he was ashamed of it though. That's why he was asking me the question in the first place, because he knew that he was about to get caught, and he didn't want to lose everyone that he was having.
The boy who had confessed to his friend was 18-year-old Brandon Warren. He attended a neighboring high school, and if he was telling the truth, this would be the first murder in the town of Perry in 8 years.
Damn!
Sam having disappeared made the prospect that the story could be credible all the more likely. But there was one big problem with this theory.
Hell?
The two didn't know each other, not in person or online.
What the
Police
fuck?
now faced the awful reality that they may no longer be looking for Sam, but rather Sam's body.
Shit that one throat. He saw that out in film. It looked royalty. Lord, was fine.
He was giving himself in a morning with headphones on, and I can tell when he first said, his eyes changed when I said he did this murder. I've never seen him like that before.
You need to stop. What is up?
He never wants to be
What is up?
In addition to this startling information, the quote, "Who could love you but the mold that sprouts from your cold, sad corpse," was posted to Brandon's social media. Police were ready to pivot their investigation to focus on Brandon when they received another lead. This one even more puzzling than the first, since it came from a young man in Oklahoma. Instead of pointing the finger at Brandon, this tip targeted Dakota.
No.
I mean, he got online just like normal, and I was just like, hey, because we usually chat every day. And this is Dakota you're talking about? Okay. And I was just like, hey, what's up? What's going on? And he's like, just got back, pretty tired. I did something you're probably not going to believe. And I was like, shoot, let me hear it. He's like, I killed someone. I was like,
Jesus Christ. God damn.
okay, yeah, you're right. I don't believe you, you know? And then I didn't even figure out who it was until I think 3 or 4 days later. I just kind of entertained the thought. I was like, okay, so like what happened? Why'd you do it? Like, were you in danger? Did somebody like threaten you or anything? And he's like, no, I just want to know what it felt like to kill someone.
What the?
Apparently,
that is
this informant was a long-distance friend of both Dakota and Sam.
Shit,
along with a few other boys, the group had met at random while playing a game called Rust. They ended up liking each other and decided to stay in touch through Discord.
No. No. What the fuck? That's fucked up.
According to the tip, Dakota had taken it upon himself to use the platform as a confessional. From memory, Dakota's friend took it upon himself to share what Dakota told him and another friend. The message he sent read, I asked him, Dakota, how his night was, and he said, oh, pretty interesting, did something you won't believe. I asked him to elaborate, and he said, I killed someone.
I've met some people
I immediately
through
brushed
Dead
it
by
off,
Daylight.
but he continued on about it, So I asked, how did you do it?
I think it's really
And the next words he said literally sent chills down my body. He said, I asked the guy to come help with my computer and gave him a ride. And from there, we killed him.
Russ.
I asked him to continue and asked what he had learned, not thinking he was serious, and he said, bodies are heavy. I'm glad my friend was with me, not skipping a beat or with any remorse.
I think I've met more people through
The
general
friend of
Discords
Dakota's
and
went
through
on to
Twitch
write, I
as
can't
a whole,
believe he perished at the hands of someone he
just
trusted as a
chatting back and
friend.
forth.
I'm tearing up as I'm typing this, but I'm so sorry.
If it wasn't
I knew
for
and couldn't
Finley,
do
I don't
anything,
think I would
and
have
Sam
really
is
met
gone.
Hypnotic or Wizard.
Dakota told me this as soon as he got home that same night. God damn it,
only
I'm
met
so
Finley
sorry.
Or ran into Finley's
Dakota
channel
and
on a whim,
Brandon
so it's really
practically
funky how
tortured
things
Sam
come
and
to
felt
be.
no remorse about it. He
Too
said
lazy.
it took
It's
around
so
30
easy to
minutes
troll.
to an
What do
hour
you-
before the
Do
deed
what
was done,
fucking
and Sam
do
stopped
what
breathing.
Hypnotic does with just with
I know
with
this is hard for you to
fucking
read, and dude, it's something
just
I will
fucking
never
spam
forget.
sounds in
An
lobbies.
innocent life gone for literally no reason.
That
I can't
is so
believe what would
easy.
drive someone
That's
to
not even,
commit
like,
such an evil
high
act and
effort.
calmly tell someone over the internet hours after it happened. The friend went on to add,
Dude,
he
why are all
mentioned that
the
he
good
didn't want you
keyboards
to
over,
find
like,
out.
$200?
I remember
This shit
that.
is stupid.
His
I
chuckle
remember why
after
I
he
gave
told
up
me he
last
went to
time I was
help
looking at
find
keyboards.
Sam is something I will never
Ooh,
unhear or
no, I'm not doing
forget.
that.
When police received this information,
part
they
of it is I'm
likely
also
assumed
particular
that the
about where I
victim in
get my stuff
question
from.
had to be Sam Poss. After
But
all,
only in
no other
prehistoric
local had been
games where the
reported
mute
to be
buttons
missing,
exist,
which
yes.
reinforced everyone's worst fears.
We met
However,
almost
they
5
had yet to
years ago,
find
I
a
know.
body and had only the
can't
claims
believe
of a
it. I
few
can't believe
boys to
you're still
go
here.
on. They were going to need a lot more information if they wanted to locate Sam, alive or dead.
When he just came to me with this, it was just completely out of the blue. I didn't expect any of this. There was no signs leading up
Honestly,
to
I
it.
still am just surprised anyone shows up to my streams
And
or any of my content.
I just kept thinking to myself, like, why, though? Why? There's literally no reason. You're throwing away basically your life when his life wasn't even too bad, in my opinion. And
I still need to
after
pay
that, I was like,
TF too,
you know, like, holy, if you're being for real,
I'm
you
gonna have to hit you
killed
up at some
somebody.
point
Like,
and just ask for a
you're
list
gonna
of
have to live
games that
with
you want me to play.
Further messages between the friend and Dakota revealed just how callous Dakota's
I love the monster energy just sitting there. I'm sorry. It's good. It adds to it. The box of Dr. Scholl's. It's such a good gamer setup, Doc. Although there's room for another monitor. Why are there so many people? I guess this is an older case, but why do so many people only have one monitor? What's going on that? What's going on with that, guys? You guys need to upgrade your setups. It's really easy. If I can do 2 monitors, you definitely can.
confession was. The friend wrote, I asked him again in disbelief, why? You literally
Okay, I
ended
found
someone's
one of
life,
the
hell, a
keyboards that I
friend's
want, but
life,
I'm only finding
someone
it
who
through a single
trusted you,
site, and that's
for
not
what?
good 'cause I
No
don't trust that
reason?
site.
He then replied,
Man.
yeah, I was just curious about what it was like.
Lies.
I replied in shock with, I'm glad
Lies
I
and
don't live
blasphemy.
around you. I would hate for one of us to
2
have to
monitors
die
for
should that
optimal
situation be
efficiency. You
repeated.
can listen to music and do
I
other
then asked
bullshit whilst you're
afterwards,
gaming and
why are
shit.
you telling me if
Exactly.
you're actually serious about this? Why me? Dakota then said, because you don't know where I live
Or you
or
can
live near
stream
me.
and Google search things like I'm
When
doing
sharing
right
the
now in an
confession with
interactive
other
chat.
members of the group, the friend said,
Bussin'!
I've never talked to someone and had a feeling of complete coldness overtake me.
Why is it
But as he went into details about it, like, holy shit, I was freaked out. Understandably, the
Oh.
Discord group went
fuck is
wild,
this site?
and there was a lot of speculation as to what had driven
No.
Dakota to do such a thing, as
No,
well as
not
anger.
No
One member
eBay.
wrote, I wonder what truly makes someone do this.
I like this,
it
but I
can't
don't
just
like
be
the
for no
color.
reason. As if that wasn't incriminating enough, Dakota's aunt also reported that she had reason to believe her nephew had been involved,
Oh my god.
based on something she had heard from Dakota's mother.
Why don't
Right
you-
away, police brought Dakota's mother,
Nice.
Rebecca, in for a conversation.
Yeah. I was biting my tongue, bro. Yo, what the fuck was that? No, get off that, Wayman. What was that creature? What was that beautiful boy? Oh my god, he's beautiful. What the fuck? Yeah, homies. Fucking homies. Fucking, you saw the skeletons, right? You saw it? I saw it. Busted.
What day? Oh, yeah, like I said, that was actually Wednesday when it really hit me. I went over to my sister's house.
According to Rebecca, Dakota had come to her house and announced that he'd killed someone.
What the
Distraught,
fuck?
Rebecca had gone to her sister and asked her to call the police,
What the
as
fuck
she
is
couldn't
wrong?
bear to turn in her own
Why
son.
are you like
Did
this?
you ever thought he would do something like this? And like I said, he had done so much better. And he was doing well, and after he grew out of it.
Dakota's mother thought he'd outgrown his diagnosis of bipolar disorder, which she said he'd been diagnosed with around the age of 10.
Oh my
By age 15, however, he allegedly stopped taking his prescribed
Okay,
medication.
as far as I'm aware, and I could be totally wrong, from the last time that I've deep dived into bipolar, because my mom actually suffers from it, it's not usually something in like 9 out of 10 cases that you quote unquote outgrow. If you are properly diagnosed with bipolar, that is something that is probably going to affect your existence for the rest of your existence. Like, the best thing you can do is manage it with meds, with therapy, with, whatever is prescribed to you, whatever you think you can try to do to make it work. Like, bro. Count. No. No.
Recently,
Stop!
however, friends and family members
No!
alike reported that Dakota had been struggling with his mental health and had allegedly even attempted to take his life a few weeks back. Rebecca's memory of Dakota's behavior on the night following
that doesn't sound like someone that
alleged
outgrew
murder
it.
is perhaps even
Oh
more
my
disturbing
God, this is where I
than
get
his
pissed at the
casual
parents because you're
Discord
dumb as
confession.
fuck.
Yeah, he just seemed like
Why are so many parents
he seemed
ignorant
like he was
to
tired.
fucking mental illness?
And that's
Jesus
stays
Christ.
up all the time with video games, so he stays up all night. And he'll take a power nap.
It kills me because, like, especially if he was diagnosed, I don't want kids, but, like, if God forbid I had a crotch goblin and they were diagnosed with something, I would think that I would do everything in my power to not only look up everything that I could look up in regards to that diagnosis and also actively seek help. Like, consistently. Because you want to know what the fuck is going on. And he was diagnosed at 10? You've had so much time. Oh, it's so frustrating. It is so fucking
Now police
stupid.
faced a predicament.
Because it's so avoidable.
Before, they had no leads, but now they had 2 viable suspects, Brandon and Dakota. Both of their alleged confessions lined up with the timing of Sam's disappearance.
Fucking can't.
Neither of them, however, had named Sam as their victim. Also, police were struggling to make a connection between all 3 boys. Brandon and Sam didn't seem to know each other at all. And while Brandon and Dakota were known to talk occasionally, no one reported that they were particularly close. With more questions than ever, police turned to Dakota to clear things up.
You got no problem. Come on, man. Texas Jones. I mean, I met you briefly the other day.
I thought so.
Yeah, I met you. Yours? I brought it in here for you. Alright.
16-0.
4285. Yeah, squeeze your chest. There you go. Alright, Dakota. Here's what I want to talk to you about, bud.
That's all this was did by the liberal
We're gonna have a little bit more in-depth
I
conversation
hate
about
that
this.
so much. It's so annoying.
Okay.
It's because, again, for me, it just screams so preventable. Like, nothing had to happen. This did not need to occur.
We hadn't found him yet. His mom and dad and his family are extremely, extremely distraught. And you can understand that. And you will one day when you have kids. Okay. One day. Okay. So you know how upset they are. Okay. With that being said, we need to find him. Okay. Now, we've been to your house a couple times and talked to you. We talked to the rest of the people in your household. And there's more pieces of the puzzle that we've come across that has opened a few avenues and a few leads that we need to discuss with you. Okay.
I love how shitty the fucking quality of every single time the fucking quality for the interview fucking these fucking
Notice how Dakota goes very
cameras are
still
so
and very
ass.
quiet. He's
So
demonstrating
fucking
the
ass.
freeze response here, likely triggered by the pressure the detective is putting on him. Significantly, even though he's pressing for information, the officer maintains the good rapport he's built with Dakota in hopes Dakota may be willing to talk. Additionally, the officer is already planting seeds of doubt in Dakota's mind by hinting that they have evidence implicating him, which they do. Police officers may use this strategy to test the suspect's reaction by letting the suspect know there's strong evidence against them. They may observe their behavior, gauge their level of involvement, or prompt them to reveal additional details.
Kind of tell me, go back over that night when he came over to the house.
No, he does, like, starting from
Start from the beginning.
So, sitting at home, we're doing something with the video game above head.
The phrase, like I said, is a reference statement and isn't a good start to convincing the police he's innocent, as it's a red flag for deception. Interrogators pay attention to such statements, as they may indicate the individual's attempt to maintain a consistent narrative or to draw attention to specific points they want to emphasize.
I was having a little bit of issues with it. Figured it'd be easier if she came personally to show me, explain everything. So I asked him if he would mind coming over. He did not mind. So I told him I would just come pick him up. Since I asked him, I left my house, picked him up, came over to the house. Went in, he did all my computer stuff for me. He showed me what to do. Made it a lot quicker and easier. And, went to walk out and said, fine. Stop far.
It sounds rehearsed, it lacks emotion, and it seems he's giving as little information as possible in an effort to minimize how many lies he'll have to recall next time he's asked to give details regarding what happened that night. There's no actual story to it, and it's almost like bullet points that he's hitting instead of a description of events. The officers definitely won't accept this version without a lot more questioning, which they begin immediately.
Okay, let's stop for a minute. Okay? I want you to think real hard about what I said just a second ago. And that is that there's other pieces of the puzzle that we uncovered that you don't know about. And in this world, honesty is your saving grace. It's your own, that's your friend. Okay? Tell me what really happened that night.
But so far, the only thing I've been fully honest about was I've spoke with you multiple times. I did tell you I was alone the rest of the night, that I haven't left my house. I left somewhere around 30 gallons. I stopped to get gas at this point in time.
Where did you stop to get gas at?
The flash foods over, where all the gas stations are in the flash foods, Marathon Station, there's 2 flash foods there. The bigger one by the car lot.
Notice that Dakota uses the qualifier "so far" when talking about his dishonesty.
But so far, the only thing I've been fully honest about was did tell you I was alone the rest of the night.
Indicating that he may try lying again as the interview continues. Police were able to obtain CCTV footage and confirmed that Dakota had purchased gas. However, this also revealed that there was more to his story than he was letting on.
So
we'll dig into the details of that soon.
Showing
not long after Dakota makes this admission, his story changes a second time. Apparently, the gas station hadn't been his only stop.
I left my house at a certain time after 2 o'clock, and after Sam left and everything.
Who did you go see?
A dude named Brandon.
Okay, Brandon who?
Warren, W-A-R-R-E-N.
Okay.
Now that's a name police are familiar with. Brandon Warren was the other boy who confessed to murder. Perhaps the 2 leads weren't as separate as they initially appeared. Police may have wanted to speak to Brandon as well, but he refused to speak to detectives, leaving Dakota as the only one with answers.
I believe that. I believe part of that. Okay. Because I know that Brandon was around the area. Okay. There was a lot. There was more that went on though. Okay. And now's your opportunity to get all this off your chest. Okay. Listen to me. I'm looking you in the eye right now.
The detectives aren't doing a bad job so far. They're doing the same script that all of them do.
You got a burden on you right now.
We've watched
I know
enough
that
true
for a
crime
fact.
content, specifically
I talked to
interviews
people.
and interrogations.
I know you have a
They
burden on
usually
you
follow
right
the
now.
read technique and a
Here,
couple
the
other
officer is
techniques
doubling
that
down on the seeds of doubt,
follow that same
trying to
sort
get
of
Dakota
pattern.
to include more details in his
I feel like it's
extremely
easier
limited
when you're
story
dealing with a
by
teen or a young
insinuating they
adult or
have
a child
evidence
because
against him.
I talked to some
they
people.
think they can talk
I
their
know
way
you have a
out of
burden on you right
situations,
now.
or they think they
In
can
theory,
easily
an innocent
explain
person
things,
would
but
not be bothered by the more evident statement,
when you
as
lie,
they
you
would
have
have
to pile on
confidence
more
that nothing
lies,
would
and
point
it
to
just
them.
it
A
gets
guilty
especially when
party,
you're
on the
dealing
other
with
hand, may
situations
hesitate
where you
or
either
try to
have
figure
recordings
out
of
what
yourself or you
evidence
have
police
like
could have in order to explain
cell
it
phone
away.
data
The
or
officer is also
actual
appealing to
receipts,
Dakota's
which
morals
in a
and
lot of these
ethics by
cases
emphasizing
that
the
are somewhat
importance
like
of
close
honesty.
to
He also may be
today.
attempting to establish rapport by making
It's
him
easy to
believe the
find that
police think he
information
is
out
a
if
good
the
guy,
the
or
investigators
as
are worth
stated
their salt at
earlier,
all.
able to man up or face it like a
Like, I
man.
feel like a
They
lot of
may
the cold
also
crime
be attempting to
situations are
create
cold
cognitive
crimes
dissonance
because you
within
didn't have
Dakota,
that going on,
pushing
right?
him
You
to
didn't
make an
have cell phone
admission
data.
and
You
do
didn't
what's
have
right by
as
overthinking
much
the
or any
consequences of getting caught.
like
They're expecting
footage
that his
from like
identification with
CCTV
being
or
a good
footage from
man would be
places.
inconsistent with being
Like,
dishonest or
that should just
deceitful.
happen more
This
often, which
idea of him
sucks,
being good but hiding this secret would then cause heightened anxiety internally, which would then show externally, giving the police an indication of the things they should hone in on. Of course, this is all contingent upon Dakota believing a good man is honest and kind.
I know you're scared, 18-year-old kid. That some very, very bad stuff happens, and now it's time to come to grips with it. Okay? So,
okay.
tell me what
You know
happened
how
in your
to
car.
say owned in Russian. Owned.
You can do it. And I'm telling you, it's going to eat your soul. Sam's not alive.
Snap your W-2
No!
and file your taxes 100%
Stop. I know I
free
have
with
to do my
TurboTax Free
taxes.
Edition.
Fuck you.
Roughly 37.
It only took 10 minutes
God
for
damn
police
it.
to get Dakota to make the tragic
God
admission
damn it.
that Sam was no longer alive.
Do I want to know
The
what
twisted
meme you
circumstances
posted
of his
in
death and the
fucking-
haunting reason why, however,
Do I want to
remained
know
as
if not?
elusive as Sam's location.
Do I?
Police were faced with the daunting task of notifying Sam's parents that their son was deceased. In turn, the Poss family set their own grief aside long enough to notify those closest to Sam of the painful situation. Sam's good friend Brayson was willing to share what it was like to get the terrible news that Sam wouldn't be coming home.
And I
Oh,
remember,
jeez.
I don't remember what time it was in the morning, but I was passed out. My mother, she came into my room crying. She gave me the phone, and it was
Sam's not alive.
Nicole,
Now
his-
we're
Sam's mother,
sponsors the IRS.
and she was telling me what happened.
Ah, shit.
And I just remember
fuck.
everything just didn't feel real. It just felt like I was just in a dark room, and I was just hearing her voice telling me what happened, that Sam was murdered. Like, after that, everything is almost like a dream. Like, I don't remember much of it.
Back in the interrogation room, the police buckle down to get the details from Dakota.
Back when zombies
However,
was
they
good,
need to be
facts.
very careful not to damage the rapport they've built so far. Because Dakota didn't have a cell phone, and Sam left his at home that fateful night, they can't digitally retrace their steps. This means police have no way to find the body unless Dakota leads them to it. They'll need to proceed very cautiously to ensure they don't lose their most valuable source of information.
What happened? Tell me. Tell me. You're gonna be, I'm telling you, son, you got a burden on you right now, and it's gonna eat your soul. Tell me what happened.
They like
that
to
day.
do this too.
I'll let you
Again,
know what
it's just what they do.
Tell me
They're like,
how-
you'll feel better if you just tell me what exactly happened in great detail.
Not too long ago, also tried to commit suicide.
Without bullets, I'll have to resort to
Or somewhere.
stabbing.
And all the things are, I just felt like I could kill someone. Okay. No.
Well, let me ask you this: Did you kill Sam by yourself? No. Who was with you when Sam left this world?
Brandon.
Okay, Brandon Warren. And how did that happen?
Brandon has kind of a hard life too. bring some money from it, so. Think about it. We were gonna kill ourselves, before we kill ourselves, we wanted to go fight to take a life. Okay.
Knowing what we do now, Dakota's Facebook posts calling attention to the case no longer appear as thoughtfulness from a worried friend, but something far more sinister.
Yeah.
Earlier posts, including one that says, I wouldn't mind taking a knife, shoving it into someone's throat, and just watch them choke on their own blood.
Jesus Christ, that is some fucking... Oh my god. That is some edgy fucking emo ass fucking... I keep saying deviant art because quite honestly, that's probably... All the edgy motherfuckers I knew when I was like slightly edgy, when I between like 10 and 12, they all were most active on deviant art. And they would post this shit. What the hell?
Until they
What the
die.
fuck?
And another that says 1 cut, 2 cuts,
Ice.
3 cuts, 4. How many more till I hit the floor? Become even more.
You didn't finish it. It says nice poetry XD. He didn't even finish it. This is so sad. He's feeling intelligent. Yeah, this is 100% someone who had an active
Or
DVR
unsettling.
account. I refuse to believe
But
otherwise.
perhaps the most haunting is a post that simply says, shh, made just 2 days before Sam's death.
How long you been having thoughts about killing yourself?
I never like life. My answer is why. It is pointless for me.
You're such a, but talking to you, I mean, you talk intelligently, or, I don't understand that.
I mean, I like to learn about stuff, you know. I made myself smart, you know, I ain't never done much to school or anything, but I like to look up anything I don't know.
You could be smart and want to end yourself if that's what you're asking.
For myself, if I
That's
ain't
what
never-
you're fucking
I ain't
asking.
never seen a
There's
point
people
in
with higher
living life
IQs that
that-
also are suicidal. That's not...
I thought, look, you know, you live to die. No matter how you live it,
Now, I think I
you
know
start
what
dying
fucking
in, I just never see the point why you gotta laugh.
How long have y'all been thinking about killing yourself?
Just one day. It was all a matter of one day.
So, did you and Brandon talk on the phone about it, or?
Not 100%
Not
sure.
really. I mean, it's been a mess
I
with
don't
all
know.
the whole suicide thing rolled around, and a suggestion that popped up was, you want to like to kill someone before you go. It didn't matter unless we were
Oh my god.
afterwards.
Clearly, they didn't follow through with this part of the pact. However, what followed is so disturbing, it's beyond comprehension.
Oh,
What happened to that part of the plan?
I don't really know. It never got brought up after that. We worked on the body, and we just went our separate ways. You know, we ain't really talked since then.
As the grim reality of the situation continues
Ain't
to
nothing
set
more
in,
fuckable
police
than
are
a homie
faced
in
with what
Crocs.
must be the most difficult part of Dakota's confession to listen to.
I hate
The
that. I hate
details
that
of
you
how
made me
he
say
and
that.
Brandon took
Why
Sam's
did you do
life.
that?
Hopefully, he'll
Why
also
would you do
finally
that?
reveal where the body can be found. But even as he makes a confession,
would you make
Dakota
me say
leaves out
that?
key details that reveal his true depths of depravity.
So,
Gaming.
did Sam ever come in the house, or y'all did this, did y'all
Why
do
does
this in
so
the
many gaming
driveway of
keyboards
your
just
house
automatically have
before
RGB?
so yeah, he never came in the house?
I know motherfuckers that do not like RGB.
How did y'all kill
Editors are one of
Sam?
these motherfuckers.
I sat in the backseat of my car. Brandon drove my car. And from his house, we didn't ask if he could help me with the computer problem. We went to his house with a paper bomb. In my driveway, I crashed down.
Actual photo car.
Brandon stabbed me 2 times.
Jesus
Brandon
Christ.
stabbed him 3 times. Where did he stab him at? Just in the chest area.
Yeah.
Around the same time that Dakota was brought back into the station, Brandon was also placed under arrest.
That is a full fridge.
Police searched the house he shared with his aunt, collecting electronics, clothing, and shoes as evidence. They also brought up the topic of evidence with Dakota, perhaps in the hopes that a trail of physical evidence could help lead them to Sam's location.
Have you done anything to your car? Was there, after he stabbed him, was there blood anywhere?
Oh,
Is that a fact?
everywhere in that car.
The keyboard I found that I think I want to get is an RGB though, which is kind of funny.
Just by yourself?
Yeah, just, you know, went and sold some stuff.
I want to
just
get a
bought
full-size
every
keyboard
month,
though, because
bought
like
a
the
bunch of
current one I
cleaning
have is a
supplies,
mini
and
keyboard.
tried to do the best I could.
I kind of
couldn't
like
get rid of the car,
having a bigger keyboard.
The item Dakota returned was a
girthier,
headset
you know?
he'd purchased from
This one's
GameStop.
okay, like I said.
Although the
I've
item
been
was
used to this one.
returned,
This
Dakota
one's
will later
satisfying
reveal that he
because of
found a
the
new,
keycaps,
disturbing use for the
or because of
bag it
the-
came in. However,
the type of
that's where
mechanical
Dakota's
keyboard is.
reliability stalls out.
It makes the happy
Based on a
chemicals
conversation
released
police
in the
had with
brain.
Dakota's stepfather, Ken, police were inclined to believe that this part of Dakota's story was, once again, not the full truth.
What do you do, Sunday morning?
What?
Yes, if we could, clean up the car and stuff like that. Well, actually, he asked me Saturday night to clean the car. And like I said, his grandparents just gave him that car. I figured detail it out and everything. And I heard him say, you know, I heard him talking to his mom earlier about spilling some cherry soda in the seat.
You overheard the conversation you're saying that?
Yeah, I was in the bedroom.
What the fuck is this shit?
No,
hold up. I'm sharing this in chat. What is this? I've never seen this before. This is some weird shit.
And what did
I've
you
seen
see when
some
you
weird
started playing
shit,
the car?
brother. Nah, his setup's just asking.
Yeah,
Facts,
dirty, I mean, you
actual
said it.
facts. I don't think editor shared his setup, and I'm not gonna like totally dox his entire setup. But editor works off of a shitty laptop. Editor does not have a good setup for an editor. Sadly, if I had extra income and if I was able to, I would have already bought the man a gaming computer. Because honestly, he deserves it. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna like explain his whole setup, but like he has a potato computer. It's a potato laptop. If I had the cash or if I had the extra funds, I would have already got him like an actual like gaming level setup, so that way he could do as much editing and gaming as his heart's content. But unfortunately, I'm a broke bitch. Also, I found this and it's weird as hell. I could see myself getting one of these just to have it. I'm not smart, okay? That's just, I would want to know if it actually works. Because it looks weird.
We get some clean stuff and
It looks funky. I don't.
Saturday night, you have to do it.
Is it just me?
And pick up some things.
You went to Walmart and stuff?
Yeah.
It seems obvious that cherry soda and blood do not look the same, and it would be difficult to mix the two up. Dakota's stepfather appears to know this and may have been in denial, trying to convince himself that he wasn't looking at blood or helping to clean it up. This denial very likely could have been a panic response. He knows Dakota and may be trying to help him by believing his story about the soda. However, as his stepfather shares this story, he engages in some ankle point movements, but then goes very still at other points. It's clear he has heightened anxiety, and by now, he probably knows exactly what's going on and that it was actually blood.
Because he can stream
How big was
certain
your
things
thing
off of his
when you
laptop.
saw it?
And maybe have like a GoFundMe or something for a better PC, but he refuses.
Right here.
He has too much pride. He's
On that far
stupid.
seat?
That's just. It wasn't that bad. It looked like, you know, I took the concrete steps in my house. It looked like that, like great, but it wasn't. It was like an old thing.
You like the old thing? Gray color?
Yeah, it's like great stuff.
Of that yet again, they blurred.
It wasn't even like brown or nothing. So.
Okay.
This testimony was enough to justify a search warrant for Dakota's
That's
car.
Oh.
However, police found that the passenger seat where the alleged cherry soda stain had been was now perfectly clean. Using a black light, police found evidence of some biological fluid luminescing on the center console. Further testing revealed that the substance in question was, in fact, blood.
Oh shit, okay.
What clothes were y'all wearing that
My
night?
brain
Because
sees
I'm
one of
sure-
those tests and immediately goes to
what
that
did
it's
you
a
do with
COVID
the
test. Because
Brandon's
it looks
shorts
just
got
like a
burned
COVID
because
test.
there was blood on them.
Where did it burn at?
But it's not.
Oh, burn it
It's
at.
not, in fact, a
He's just,
COVID test.
where did the shorts get burned? That's what this all she wants to know.
At my mom's house, I said that they have fires every night, not to the box over there.
Mom's house?
Yeah, they have a fire pit in the front yard. I just said, oh, hey, I was in a fire tonight. They were. I said my grandmother was in town and family in town, so I assumed they might be having a fire. So I had everything, anything we had ever touched up on the trash bag. You know, I'll come put some on the fire, got some trash cleaned up.
Okay.
I threw the box on the fire, but none of the sheets were in it. Brandon had a pair of shorts. I had a shirt I threw in there. Same shirt as this one, just it's like 3 pads. I had my shirt in there.
He burned everything that was in the sack. Pretty much everything y'all had used.
Yeah, anything we had touched, anything, just plastic bags, Ziploc bag, anything we had touched that night, I burned it.
No! Why are they so cursed? What the fuck? Skeleton. Like, it's just, they literally just gather people who are into very specific fetishes and they're like, make an ad. I don't get it.
Despite what Dakota says about
Maybe it's
burning
good I
the
don't get it,
evidence,
but I don't get
police were unable to confirm his story.
There's no way to
His
actually
mother
sell
said that she
more of
didn't
the
see him
game.
add
Like, there's
anything
no
to the
fucking
bonfire
way.
like he claimed. And when police searched the fire pit itself, all they found was ash. Police also checked with Dakota's grandmother, who he lived with full time, on the off chance that she'd seen or noticed anything out of the ordinary.
Did Dakota seem distraught or anything like that?
No, he seemed like nothing as well.
It's okay.
I saw nothing to indicate.
It's all right.
I saw nothing to indicate any of this. Dakota never gave me any problems. When he moved in with us, he wanted the internet. So I told him if he got the internet, he'd have to go to work. So he started working for me at the store.
Aw, Grandmama.
He never back called me. He didn't do anything. So I just
Fucking disappointed his grandmama. I can't fucking believe this shit. Some people do not
Dakota's
deserve
grandparents had been
grandmamas.
out of town the night Sam went missing, raising the question of just how planned out the attack had been. If it truly was a spur-of-the-moment decision, like Dakota is implying, it would be awfully convenient that the house happened to be empty. The question of premeditation is added to the list of answers police are looking for, alongside the primary goal of finding Sam.
Well, you said that you choked him with the wire?
Yeah, I tried to.
What kind of wire was it?
It was from like a store, little telephone wire.
Telephone?
Oh, okay. It was on, I just picked up, take with me. You can try that way or.
Once that broke, then what did you use?
I was sitting in the back right from around the feet.
Okay. Did he struggle?
Not really at all.
Did he say anything?
Whenever the wire broke, he asked what we were doing. The only thing I said was, I'm sorry.
What did Brandon say?
Brandon never said anything throughout the whole thing. He didn't say nothing. He just kind of stood there for a minute.
Dakota's trying to position himself as the nicer of the two of them here by acting like he said he's sorry, while Brandon didn't say anything. This is also probably an attempt to be more believable. Remember, people tend to believe people that they like, and it's easier to be liked if you come across as nice. This is an important manipulation tactic. However, Dakota slips up here. He states that Brandon just kind of stood there, but that wouldn't be possible if they killed him in the car. Is it possible that Dakota is hiding something, or did he just make a mistake in his statement?
Did they actually get like the real account of what happened? That's where I'm kind of curious, because there's been a lot of back and forth, but I'd like to know if they ever actually got to the bottom of what exactly happened. Because that's the thing that probably pisses me off the most in a lot of true crime cases, is the fact there's always that question, or there's always that like thought of like the only one who actually knows what happened is the victim, who obviously can't speak. And the people who did it, who tend not to tell whole truths because they're trying to either paint themselves in a better light or they just don't want to talk about it. And it's like, well, fuck, that sucks for family members of the deceased and people who would love to know what actually happened, you know?
This is a shocking way to try and once again paint himself as the good guy or nice guy. He's trying to make it sound as though he put Sam out of his misery, which is absurd given that he just admitted to strangling him.
Not the nice guy.
I did just enjoy it, I felt bad for the way I said after the wire broke and everything, I kind of thought, okay, dropped in.
The loss of Sam took a huge toll on the Poss family and changed their lives in countless ways. In addition to grieving, Sam's father, Chris, faced serious professional consequences that changed the course of his career, which he was willing to discuss in an exclusive interview
Is he
with
going to be wearing the gaming headset?
I couldn't do the
Oh
work I
my
was doing
god!
anymore.
Okay, so
because
they got the picture from the interview with the dad. Did dad just not have any other photos? What the fuck? Hold up. Hold the fuck up.
of the constant reminders of Sam, During the trial, I knew he had been strangled. You know, we knew the cause of death. During the actual trials, the medical examiner explained that he had been strangled with an Ethernet cable, like you use for computers to connect to a network. I was doing IT work for a hospital at the time and constantly using and plugging in and carrying around Ethernet cables. And I didn't realize at the time, but every time I was interacting with the cable, I was getting a subconscious image of Sam's murder.
As if that wasn't horrific enough, Dakota offered up even more details, this time about the knife used to stab Sam in the chest and torso.
There's two knives. One was not involved. We started having trust issues right after that, and we threw away another knife that was just in the car. Neither of us had used it. It was in the car. We didn't trust each other at the time.
Or is it, like, stab each other?
Yeah. I was like, I don't trust you right now, Brandon. We're gonna put these knives away and not touch them.
Did you just send in the Facebook message that said, I'm still
it's
having
also
trouble
kind
when
of
you get
funny to
home?
have so many cases that involve where like Facebook is an integral part of the case.
Just to make it look a little better in case we got to looking into that.
That shit kills me.
Come over, so I'll be messaging them. Hey, you back?
Establishing that Dakota thought to send this message after the murder could help to prove premeditation, which might affect the charges he will face. Now that investigators know Dakota attempted to cover up his wrongdoing, they transition to the grisly details of the deadly attack.
What were you thinking while you had all of him and he was stabbing him? What was your thought process at that time?
I just wanted to stop him. From the first time I grabbed him, it started with a wire. I didn't want to touch him. The wire broke. And I didn't want to do it again after that. He hadn't been stabbed at this point, but I was like, and it went too far. We kind of knew we were trying to. And at that time, I felt like he had to die. And we couldn't just let him walk away at that point. And I just wanted it to be over.
Where did the wire go that you had used?
It's around his neck or his body. Leaving him in his car, we didn't trust him. So we tied a bag around his head while we were inside getting everything together. I couldn't untie the wire, so it just stayed.
The bag Dakota used was actually the GameStop bag he used to take his headset back to the store so he could buy cleaning supplies.
Oh my God.
Even more horrific,
What?
when confronted with CCTV footage from the gas station, it comes to light that Brandon was with Dakota when he got gas that night. And worse, they weren't alone. Sam's body was still in the trunk. Clearly, Dakota and Brandon had done something with the body after stopping for gas. But what exactly they did is far more horrifying than investigators can even imagine. Police don't jump right into that line of questioning, however, choosing instead to finish addressing Dakota's motive and thoughts first.
So had y'all considered just like picking a random person?
Yeah, that's just kind of what it was. Just thinking, what we were trying to think about, like, we can just drive till we find someone walking or go up in someone's house or something like that. And then it's not like, I could probably get someone over to my house in less than 5 minutes and be like, who knows?
It's just very interesting to talk to you, I'll be honest with you. Did y'all ever discuss how old, how young they could, did you like say, okay, we're not going to hurt anybody under 16 or we're not going to hurt a child?
About some little kid that I said no to.
Once again, Dakota makes Brandon out to be the worse of the two in an attempt to make himself the more likable one. He seems to believe that establishing likability or an otherwise positive connection might lead investigators to be more lenient with him, or even understanding. He may even believe it could influence the way his case is handled.
What if Sam would have said I can't?
Lawyer and
What would y'all have done that night?
Again, no matter how guilty or not guilty you are, I feel like you should just have legal representation.
No, if Sam said I
They're
can't come
going
over.
to try to steamroll you into a confession or to make you look or sound guilty. That's their job in that room.
It's some random person.
You don't know how many people are in there.
And they'll make you feel bad for asking for representation or refusing to talk. That's also part of their job. Dude, I found the most gay keyboard. Holy
they
shit.
Only targeted Sam.
But,
Oh
there's
my
a thought
God.
There was actually a thought process that went behind it.
This shit is
you
gay as
you
hell.
thought about it. Yeah, I mean, you thought that I'm not, I mean, it may be a stupid idea just to run up in anybody's house
if
because
it's
somebody
not
like me
exaggerating, which I
might
mean,
be in there.
product pictures tend to, but like I don't like the mouse. I would get a different mouse, but the keyboard
Sick of all
is
the ads
gay as
like
fuck.
this one? Just head to
Let me share it in the chat in just a
adskiller.com,
sec.
click on
Fuck
activate
you,
now.
brother
The detective
man.
is very
I'm
careful
making
to
a statement
clarify
right
that
now.
Brandon
By
and
the time I do a
Dakota
next
thought
true
about
crime
and
stream,
planned
it's
their
gonna be the
crime
videos are
ahead
gonna
of
be
time.
downloaded.
Again,
Just so we don't have to deal
establishing
with ads.
premeditation,
Because the only reason
which
I
can
didn't do it
significantly
is because
increase
this
the
is kind of a
punishment they're
last
sure to
minute.
face.
Like I knew it was planned,
Despite
but like
planning
I've
the
been at work all
crime
day.
and attempting to
I didn't
cover his
pre-download the
tracks,
videos, but
Dakota has a surprising
from now
revelation
on-
about how the act made him
from now
feel.
on,
I mean, I know I want to get away with it.
I will be
Not too bad to just come out of
I will be downloading the videos.
Dakota's online friend from
I found the
Oklahoma
gayest
confirmed that
fucking
Dakota
keyboard.
had not been himself since the
The
crime.
mouse is poo poo doo
He'd been bragging on Discord almost immediately after Sam went missing. 4 days later,
Yeah.
his online friends turned him into the police.
God
and that same day,
damn.
October 20th,
Would your
Brandon
gaming
and
buddies?
Dakota were
Would your
arrested.
gaming
I
buddies?
also
turn you
noticed
into
as the days
cops?
progressed,
Would
he
they?
was basically, I
Are
guess,
they
going
real
mad.
homies?
He was like the guilt or something was
It's
driving
gay-
him mad because
okay,
he was hearing
alright,
stuff.
alright.
People
No,
were
I mean,
supposedly
gay in the
coming into his
traditional sense
house.
of it's a
He would go
fucking
leave and go
rainbow.
check,
Like, it
and
is
no
an
one was there.
absolute fucking rainbow.
And then I remember one
I feel
time
like that could light up
he
my
said
entire
that like
room.
there was like a town-wide search for Sam,
thing is just
and
a
he had to
rainbow.
go help, and he made sure to emphasize that, and he kind of laughed about it. I was like, "Why are you laughing about it?" He's like, "Cause I basically know where he's at."
What is the difference?
And
between
at
this
that
one
point,
and this
I
one?
just tried. I didn't really talk to
it's
him very much
reversed.
after that.
I'm an idiot.
And but the times that I did, it just it was either his paranoia or whatever. But it was just
She said
I could see that it was driving him insane.
While
Aw,
everything
shit.
police have uncovered so
I'd
far
be
is
scared to tell.
absolutely
You're fucking
shocking,
terrifying.
what comes next might be the most heartbreaking part of all.
Why
Oh my God.
Because he's
Oh, what the fuck?
a nice guy. I mean, he messaged me
That
back
is
instantly coming
fucked
up at
up.
past midnight.
Why'd you pick him?
easy.
It was
Tragically, it
easy.
appears that Dakota
God
and Brandon
damn.
targeted Sam because of his kind and
That's
giving
fucked
nature.
up.
Sam's father attested to
That
this
is
aspect
so
of his son's
fucked up.
personality and speaks on what it's been like to live with the loss.
He was a smart aleck. He was also generous and would help anybody at the drop of a hat. Nicole, Sam's mom, talks about the dash. When you look at a grave marker, you have 1998 dash 2016, and that dash encompasses his entire life, and it was a good dash. Yeah, we wanted a lot more time, obviously, but
Fuck.
that wasn't our choice to make.
Sam's
That's
friend
so
Brayson had similar memories of Sam's kindness
That
and
is
generosity.
So fucked
So,
up.
growing up, if you had a problem, Sam would be there to help you fix it. He might call you names a little bit, but he's still there. Like, his intentions are to help you and get you to understand what you did wrong.
In addition to incorporating Sam's memory into his daily life, Brayson also gave his son the middle name Samuel. Finally, perhaps under the weight of his own guilt, police questioning, or both, Dakota is finally moved to reveal what he and Brandon did with the body. It's not as far away as you might expect.
Where is Sam?
Oh no.
In the back of Lakejoy Village. In the creek.
Oh
Yeah.
jeez.
He's in the back of Lakejoy Village. Okay. That's where Sam was found. Will you help if we take you out there? Will you help us find?
I can take you right to it.
Okay. Do you mind doing that?
I don't mind at all.
So we can at least recover his body for his family. Okay.
Arrangements are
What
made
the
for Dakota
fuck?
to accompany
What
a search
the fuck?
team so that
I
they can
wasn't looking
retrieve
at
the
chat.
body.
What are you?
Like,
no!
I told y'all if y'all go down, if you like towards the left,
That's
we
fucked
have a
up. Why would
tarp
you say
on
that?
top of it too, on top above the
Why would
dirt.
you say
I think
that?
there's a
Why
tarp.
would you
There should
type
be a
that out and then
recycling
hit
bin
enter?
near where
Why
the
would you
left
send
is.
that?
Okay.
I think there's a bleach
I have to go
bottle
bother
and
editor
some
for a
other
second.
trash
It
that's
has to
kind
do
of
with
piled.
Set up
I think the
stuff.
recycling bin is near where
I
you
love that editor.
Leaving
just used
Dakota
to my
in the care
bullshit
of
now.
another officer, the detectives take great care to only walk on the scrub and foliage to avoid disturbing evidence that might be on the trail. Their efforts were not in vain, because when the sun rose, the crime scene team were able to identify tire tracks that matched Dakota's car. In just a few minutes, they come across a suspicious mound of earth
You're
and
welcome.
garbage.
That is
You think that's
specifically
it?
brought to you by
No, that's not a tarp.
I know, but that's a dirt hole.
Aussie Lemonade.
That doesn't look like it's been moved.
Just tell you what, move that carpet just to make me feel better.
Bro, I love just chewing ice. I know it's specifically an anemia thing. Mostly. Some people just like to chew ice, but usually it's an anemia thing. It has to do with like deficiencies. Dude, chewing ice is the best.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Since it's looking more and more likely that this is the location of the body, they get the go-ahead to disturb the scene with a more in-depth search.
There's a black sheet like something right here. I don't know if you can pull it. See that right there? Yeah. Okay, that's there's stab wounds right there. Yeah, that's enough. Okay.
Shirt.
All right.
Oh, they zoomed in. I guess they have to for like evidence.
Tragically, though not unexpectedly, the body was determined to be that of Sam Poss.
Yeah.
Sadly, it seemed
That
police had been
fucking
very close to Sam's body at the start of the investigation, because the trail that led to the body was none other than the one leading to Dakota's backyard. Had the search strayed just a little further from the path, Sam's body might have been recovered much sooner.
Part of me wants to
and
go.
in
To
better
be
condition.
fair, in the last video, it's not like he
used to
went
wrap
full
the body
cannibal.
was
He like
taken
it
as
sounds
evidence,
like he took a
along
nibble
with the
while he was
Ethernet
burning
cable
the
and
body,
aux
which
cord
is still
still
horrible.
wrapped around Sam's throat.
That's why I made the comment
An
about
autopsy
intrusive
revealed
thoughts,
that Sam
because
might
I
have
feel like that's an
survived the
intrusive
stabbing
thought
if
you
he
have
received
doing that
medical
horrific
attention.
act, and then
This
you
sketch
act
of the
on it
scene,
because
provided
you
by
don't
the
know any
Georgia
better or
Bureau
you
of
can't fight it.
Investigation, shows
And he was
just
like,
how
yeah, it
close
just
to the
tasted
road
like
Sam's
charred
body was.
meat.
After he was arrested, Dakota made a call from jail, which was recorded, to his ex-girlfriend, Lamia Glover. He was awaiting trial and gleefully told Lamia that he thought he would not be facing a murder charge and wanted to share the good news.
So I can still get charged of aggravated assault for attempted strangulation. With aggravated assault, still carries a good amount of time, and I'd be able to take first fingers on it. So I don't know the time because I don't know the system like that.
Why do we have to zoom in on his face? Why is this a thing? Please don't do that. I feel uncomfortable.
But the autopsy revealed that asphyxiation due to strangulation is how Sam died.
Shit.
So it appears that Dakota was seriously misinformed.
Which he could have been.
But
He
they
could
did
have
go
been
one
misinformed
step
by
closer.
his whatever's legal
In
counsel
the next
/
couple months,
representation
the other
was.
one
It's not
could
the
get
first
dropped
time
once
that kind
the
of thing
fingerprints
happens.
come back off the knife, 'cause
Also,
I've never
he's
tried to
younger
do
and more
long
stupid.
fingerprints
I
anyway,
cannot
so I'm on
emphasize
it.
that enough. He is kind of an idiot.
That means I won't have a murder charge. Okay, well, I love you, baby. I'm glad that I had good news today.
How quick after him doing the murder did she break up with him? I'm actually kind of curious.
I'm telling my sister that night I'm coming home.
Dakota's celebration turned out to be premature because he did
we
end
stop
up facing
showing
a
the
murder
same
charge.
fucking photo?
2 of them, in fact.
God
Dakota
damn.
and Brandon were tried
Why is that
separately
one
and
so-
testified against each
Huh?
other. In their
that one
testimonies, each
purposefully
boy
that
blamed the other
blurry?
for instigating the crime. But when it came down to it, only Brandon's DNA was
that's
found
boy.
on the knife.
Oh shit.
The cause of death, as you may remember, was strangulation, which Dakota confessed to, which made him equally culpable.
Oh shit.
Even though Dakota and Brandon both pleaded not guilty, they were both convicted just
Well,
a week apart on a grand total of 6
mean,
charges.
It makes sense.
A second-degree
they both did it. I'm
felony of
sorry.
malice murder, felony murder, 2 counts of aggravated
How long
assault,
were they in jail for?
tampering with
How long were they in
evidence,
prison
and
for?
concealing a death.
Tell me.
When
Tell
it
me
came
right
time for
now.
the trial,
Hey,
the
look,
Poss
it's Gamer
family
Dad.
made a decision that may perhaps surprise you
Oh, wait,
in
what did-
regards to how they would proceed legally.
Huh?
At the heart of the choice was the desire to respect the beliefs of their late son.
Aw.
Sam was very smart and very cognizant of, I mean, like grown up themes, even as like a 10-year-old, and realized that he didn't really believe in the death penalty.
shit.
He said killing somebody doesn't make sense to him.
Oh,
The Poss
so he
family
was
did
of the
not ask
so
for the
okay,
death.
so he was of the same fucking mindset that I am. Where most cases I feel like they deserve to suffer in prison because Honestly, and I know a lot of people will also be like, "Oh yeah, no, there's also rehabilitation." Now, fuck that. If you kill one of my family members, I hope you rot, and I hope you rot until you wish you were dead, and then you die, and then whatever happens to you, because, yeah, no, 100%.
Penalty when the case came to trial, despite the brutality of
So
the
instead of
crime and the
pushing for death
unimaginable
penalty,
depth of
they
their
were like, "We don't
loss.
want death penalty."
As a result, Dakota and Brandon were both sentenced to life
There you
without
go.
parole.
Yep, there you go.
Though both boys have appealed this decision, the original sentence stands, and they
Good.
remain behind bars.
Good.
Sam is also memorialized through a charity set up by his family. Each year, they collect donations for a scholarship that funds 2 students' marching band dues,
Okay, that's
allowing
awesome.
those who
I
wish to join but
absolutely
can't
love
afford it
when
the opportunity
victims'
to enjoy
families
something Sam
do
loved.
something with their grief, if that makes
We
sense.
thought
Not
it would
that
be a
every
way
victim's
to
family has to
honor
do something with
Sam.
their grief, but I do
He
like
wasn't
it
going to be
when
able to
they either do charity
directly
work
impact the world
tied
because he
to
was
the
gone.
victim in some
So
way,
this was a
or
way we
when
could
they
kind of
actively work
make
to
that
have
impact
laws
happen,
changed
even though he wasn't
to
here
help
anymore.
people
And
to prevent
it
more
helped
victims
us
from
in
being
giving
a thing,
us a
depending on the details of the
purpose
case.
for the senselessness of it, because it's still senseless, but now there's something that a positive outcome because of
go.
it. It's easy
That's
to
always
just
been my thought
focus on the
process. It's
darkness
like
and then
you're
just
you're
kind
making
of get
a horrible, horrific
mired in
situation.
that.
I'm not
But
downplaying
we've
how bad it is, but you're kind of
the world's a
taking the
darker
little bits of
place
light that you
without
can out of that
Sam in it, but
situation and
talking
trying to
about
make
him
the
and
world
remembering
better for
him
it.
brings some of that light back.
While no scholarship or memory will bring Sam back, he remains alive in the hearts of those who love him and seek to live out their lives with him in
There you
mind.
go.
We want to sincerely thank everyone who
yeah,
spoke with
it's
us.
awesome that the dad actually did an interview. What the fuck? What the fuck? What is this? What the fuck? I love that the dad actually went on an interview with this channel creator, with this content creator, because, and again, it's valid if victims' families choose not to take part in interviews, but it's cool that he did. It is, because it's kind of it's interesting to hear the perspective of, one of the victims in this case. How it affected them and what they chose to do with those feelings and how they coped. And yeah, it's kind of it's nice. What the fuck? What the fuck? I want to watch this just because it's weird as hell.
Opera GX?
Yeah.
You're good.
It's a gamer girl.
Opera GX!
That was weird. That was weird as hell. That was funky fresh. Let's see. See, again, a lot of people are taking it as gracious. I think you're just extending the suffering, which is what someone like that deserves. Am I wrong for thinking that? That's always been my thought process with abolishing the death penalty, or with pushing for some people to not have to face that death penalty. Because for me, if you weigh it out, right, they're going to die end of the day. So whatever your belief system is, whatever they did, right, however that affects their afterlife or doesn't affect their afterlife, whatever. But it feels to me that if you give someone a death sentence for causing a death, not only are you just causing another death just to cause a death, but it's kind of a release in a way. I feel like they don't have to face the fullest repercussions for their actions. Whereas when someone is sentenced to life in prison, especially with no possibility of parole, so they're going to be stuck there until the end of their days, I feel like that's more of an actual punishment because you have to live. You have to, face the thoughts and the consequences of what you've done. You can't just peace out. This case, my brother, he was killed by his 2 best friends. One in the military, was missing for days. 2 friends in another have been sentenced. Jesus. Jesus. Honestly, valid as well. I'm so sick of people using mental illness as an excuse for their evil behavior. Yeah. I kind of hate it when that's the immediate, like, backbone to a lot of these people's, like, it's like there's a lot of people that suffer from those same mental illnesses and even struggle with them, and they don't kill and they don't harm others. Like, they do what they gotta do, man. As shitty as it is to kind of say that, everyone has their own ways to cope, whether it's healthy or unhealthy, depending on what your situation is, depending on what you can do to help yourself. For some people, it's a lot of therapy. For other people, it's drugs. For some people, it's third-party things, like maybe enjoying a little bit of a little bit of weed, or everyone has something, and I hate it when people use that as like, oh well, I had to because and it's like, you didn't though. There's so many people that suffer from bipolar or antisocial personality disorder, or insert whatever we've heard a billion times on these channels, that do not proceed to go kill someone that they supposedly love, or lure some random person into a deadly situation. That shit kills me. It really do kill me. That's all I had planned for tonight, because I really should get off. Moon does have to go to bed. This has been really nice, though. My head actually isn't hurting as much, which is epic. I think I know what keyboard and mouse I'm going to be getting within the next, like, couple of months, so that's cool. Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing. Yeah. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing tomorrow, other than I will be streaming. Bare bones minimum of what I'll be doing is we're going to be playing the Slay the Princess game. Let's see. I don't know if it's actually going to happen when it was scheduled. I'll post in the Discord and announcements, and I'll post on my Twitter with the game plan for that, because I do have to make dinner for the family, and I can either, the way it's going to work, because I don't know what we have in the house to make dinners with, I'm going to have to actually look at what the meal plan for this week is. But the way it's going to work is I'm either going to make something just before 4 p.m. for the family and then just stream, or put it off a little bit longer to make something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I also might stream earlier in the day. I'm not sure what I'll stream, though. The Kumpat should still be there. Is it not there? Is it not there? Confused? Oh no, did I take it away? Maybe I took it away from Twitch chat. Did I take it away from Twitch chat? I don't fucking remember. Let me see. Why do you want the shitty fucking emotes? I spend time on good emotes. Fucking fine. There you go. It should be there now. Right now I have 3 open animated emote slots and then 2 bonus animated emote slots open. And I'm going to, what the fuck is wrong with you, zombie? God damn. And I'm going to be making more animated emotes for those slots. I do want to make, I have a few static emotes planned that I will be making. That may or may not be switched out for some of the ones that I currently have. Basically, I wanted to finish the list of emotes that I have kind of in my brain over the next few weeks, and then sit down and actually figure out which ones I want to actually keep for the tier 1 emotes. And for the free emotes, and then I'll just save the extra ones for when more emote slots open. That's why the sub goal right now is 65 subscriber points, because when I hit 65 subscriber points, I get an extra emote, a regular emote slot, not an animated one, and an extra animated emote slot. So I can add more to it, which is awesome. I might change the 1k bits emote as well. I do like the 5 and 10k bits. The 5k bits is a rainbow nut button, which I think fits my content and my comedy. And then the 10k bits is the MS Paint rainbow bra star. So, and then the 25k bits is the rainbow skelly pog. It's the pride skelly pog. But the 1k bits is an owo emote that's just a skull with a note taped on the face that has the owo face. That might change, that first one, just because I'm not really a huge fan of it. 6 viewers have it, which kills me. I don't even know how the fuck that happens. Just like I might swap around tier 2 and tier 3. Right now, tier 2, the emote that you get with it is the wheeze that I did. The redraw of the wheeze meme. This one. And then tier 3 is the hype one. And I might change it around because honestly, I really like the hype one. It's been here for a while, but it's a redraw of a meme that I really like. And I used it for a thumbnail at one point for a video. And I don't know. I just really like the look of it. So I might swap those around so the 3K or the tier 3 one is the Wheeze meme and the tier 2 one is the hype. Just because I really like the hype one. I'm going to keep Butterdog, but I'm probably not going to keep... I'm going to keep Butterdog and I'm probably going to keep Skelly Dance as an animated one, but I'm probably going to get rid of Oh My because no one uses it, and honestly I'd rather have like a custom one there for the animated. But I'm going to keep watching Pet, and I'm probably going to keep at least Bleh. I don't know about Sag. We'll see what happens. Because like I said, I got to figure out what animated ones I'm doing. I like Butterdog. Dog with the Butterdog. I do enjoy that. Just like for the free standard emotes, I feel like the MS Paint 420 and a ripoff of the tier 1 420 fits for when people do the 420 redeem. And then I like the what emote. I like the small brain emote and the GG emote. The no you emote for the standard emotes might get changed just because that's the only one I'm not a huge fan of. But I feel like the other ones fit for free emotes. Yeah! I did one the other day. I didn't do a VOD because I'm horrible. I'm going to set up the VOD tonight before I go to bed because I'm probably going to be up until like 4 a.m. tonight because I don't have work tomorrow. And I'm irresponsible. But yeah, I did a meme stream the other day. I command you to do the VOD right now. Why would you subject yourself to that? Can't even use my emotes because you took your break after I got it gifted to me. Aw, shit. I'm sorry. Honestly, I'm kind of glad that I took the break. I talked about it a little bit in the meme stream because that was the first stream back from my hiatus. But I don't know. I felt like I needed the break. I'm glad I got as much stuff done as I want to get done. I am really happy with how everything looks. I hope you guys don't hate my new fucking form. I actually really like how it turned out, but overall, I'm glad that I got at least started on the new emotes. I got my new form in place. I tweaked the things for my overlay I wanted to tweak. You guys can throw things at me. And there's a couple new things in the merch shop, too, if anyone's bothered by that, which is kind of cool. For me, I'm kind of happy about that. Ugh, I need to see those 10 memes I was asleep during. What the fuck? I like how this looks. How dare. How dare you? How dare you? Get yourself in order, Marines. Let's see. Let me go ahead and do this. I'm gonna do this. So there's background music for the people's ear for the next few minutes that I fucking am streaming. I love how it's just meme music. Yeah, there you go. I was waiting for that to pop up. Yeah. Memes. I still don't know what's going on with the podcast with me and Endo, because Endo's just been on another plate of existence lately. I've mentioned a little bit over the past couple streams, unfortunately, because it kind of affected my streaming, but he's been getting up later and later, and yeah, it's just, things have kind of gotten to a boiling point at the house where I don't want to spend any extra time with him. And it's not because I don't love him. He's my brother, and I love him, but like, fuck, he figure his shit out. What the hell? Not Binary King! Let's go! How are you doing? Oh my god, I'm bullied. You guys come in and you throw shit at me and you tell me to do things. This is gonna become the new normal? Question mark. I need to, I think, update Fortnite on my PC Endo could apply for a night. I know he could. Well, the problem is because he suffers from chronic back pain, he's not going to. He's already told me his plan is to somehow at some point apply for disability. I don't know when that's actually going to happen. And that's probably what makes it frustrating for me because as it stands right now, like I've mentioned, with all the adults in the house, it's just me and my dad working. Yeah. Honestly, I would love to work overnights at my job because I wouldn't have to deal with people, but that's not really feasible with my schedule and the fact that I also bum rides off of people. Playing games, let's go. Bussin'. I love that the Discord bot actually worked. I suffer from chronic pain due to my 12-hour shifts. Okay, well, I don't know what your whole deal is, Zombie, but I can say for an actual fact that Endo does actually suffer from, like, legitimate actual chronic pain. Like, actual spinal damage / pain. And it's something that will only get worse throughout his existence. So, you know. I'm not trying to sell that short. I don't doubt that he's in a lot of pain day to day, but the problem is I feel like he uses that in his own mental health as an excuse or a way to write away his wrongs too frequently. It's the same issue that I've had with my mom for the longest because it's like I have been pretty self-aware, about my own mental health for a little bit. Not to sound extra about that, but like I know that I deal with my own bullshit and I'm still able to do stuff. There are days where I really don't feel like I can, but I still have to push myself to do it. So, I don't know. It's just frustrating. And then Ewok shows no interest in getting a job. I don't think Ewok could hold down a job that deals with the general public because he is like definitely on the spectrum. And I mean that with all the love in my heart. I love Ewok. I love my siblings. It's just... Facts. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I can't make adults do things. I've kind of given up on that. I can only work on myself and work towards myself and do things for myself. And right now I'm working a 40-hour or a week job, picking up overtime when I can and trying to get better in my own hobbies and spend my time more wisely. I'm forcing myself to actually kind of get up most mornings. What the fuck? Huh? Huh? You what? Dude, this is a bussin' song. This is my brain at 3 a.m. Like, absolutely. No, this is my brain at 2 a.m. This isn't even 3 a.m. time, but, like, this is my brain. Actually, you know what one of my favorite songs is? That, like, repeatedly pops into my head? The Reese's Puffs, Misery, and CPR remix. That's my brain. If I could find a song that accurately represents my brain, that is one of them. Fingers better. Typing with a full hand is hard. Fingers better and faster. Fair, I guess. No, don't play it. No, don't play it. Fuck your ads. Listen to Purple Kiss. The thing is, I'm not opposed to a lot of K-pop. I actually don't mind a lot of K-pop. My biggest issue with K-pop is I don't understand a huge chunk of what's being said. For music, what I do really like is listening to the lyrics. Like, yes, the beat also matters, duh. But I love lyrics that have, like, a story or another meaning to them. I think that's why I'm not a fan of a ton of pop songs, because there's a huge chunk of pop songs where there's literally nothing there but just empty words. That's where I kind of struggle. Like, there's a few Spanish songs that I actually really like, but I don't understand the lyrics without looking them up. And that kind of takes, like, a big part of it away from me. What the hell? What the hell? What the fuck? F. F. Stop trying to bring skeleton into this. How dare you? How dare you bring him into your battles? That is some bullshit. What do you mean evict them? Wait, I just saw that. What do you mean evict them? Hypnotic. What the What the hell? See, I type with multiple fingers, but not full hand. Like, editor can type without looking at the keyboard. I still have to look at the keyboard a chunk of the time. I don't know. My brain just is weird. It on that vibe. It on that weird vibe. What the fuck? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. It's not letting me snooze the ad. Evict your siblings. They are adults. That will never happen. that will never happen. I don't have the power to evict them. I am a tenant here as well. Technically, my parents own the house. And they wouldn't evict any of us unless we did something really detrimental and dangerous to either ourselves or others. Our parents are awesome and they love us, but at the same time, it's frustrating sometimes. It is what it is. You gotta love family. They're still paying for the majority of it. I pay for internet, like I said, random, like, groceries and other expenses. But I always just write it off, and I'm pretty sure my parents just write it off as I live here, so that's just a part of it. This song just comes into my head randomly, too. My brain is just a fucking 60% shit posts. I already know realistically, in order to, like, actually move to another place, like, to rent an apartment or whatever, a space for living, it would involve me picking up another job, part-time hours on top of my full-time job, and I just do not have the energy for that, so right now I'm just kind of blessed that my family lets me stay here. Because, oh my god, I wouldn't be living at that point. I would literally just be a shell of myself. One day I'll have my tiny home and I'll be able to travel and I'll have my little gamer set up and one day it'll happen. It's just hey, look, ad. I love ads. They're my favorite. Alrighty. Moon is doing art. Come on down to our butter. What the hell? What the fuck? I would love to pet Lucy. I would love to. What? I really like playing with the watercolors. That's good. I'm glad you enjoy it. I wasn't sure if you'd enjoy that medium, but I got Moon one of the holiday gifts that Moon got was a little swatch of like watercolors. It's like a mini watercolor set, and Moon really likes doing all kinds of art, so it's like, I know that she hasn't really gotten to play around with watercolors, and they're a funky medium to get used to and play around with, because there's a ton of experimenting you can do with them. Lo and behold, I was right, and she's enjoying them. I love it when I'm right. Let me actually pull the... Ooh, what's happening? Do you guys see that? Oh, there's back. What the fuck just happened? I'm just gonna do that. It's fine. I'm gonna just do that. I don't know if stream just saw that, but my fucking jaw just went everywhere. Cursed. It's cursed. Did I? Wait, huh? I'm gonna have to double check that. Might need to take Lucy to the vet soon. She's got specks of gray hair that fall. Aww. Aww. I hope Lucy's doing okay. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. You guys didn't say anything. I hope Lucy's doing okay. Aww. Right now, just the subject of pets has me a little I love animals. I hate their lifespans. I can't get over Rugby because that was just so fucking random. Like, it was, no one saw it coming. Like, she was just starting to act off, and we were like, oh, she probably has a cold because fucking animals get colds and they can't speak, and it's just, Yeah, I say that, but I eventually would like to get a bigger doggo. And that'll be really sad when they pass. She's probably going bald. Aww. She has anxiety. Oh, no. Bro, 2 of our cats have genuine anxiety. Go figure. One of them really likes chilling with me. They've claimed me. Mini Mochi. I call him Mini Mochi because Endo named him, and I hate his actual name. His name is Rebel. But he looks like a miniature version of Mochi with 2 working eyes, whereas Mochi has the one eye that's messed up. And he's just a ball of anxiety. But he's the cutest boy. Like, he just wants cuddles. And he tends to gravitate towards me, and I think he can sense the anxiety in me as well. But it kills me because I look at him and I'm just like, you're a cat. You have nothing to be anxious about. We feed you. We give you treats. I get you pet furniture. I get you toys. I get you drugs. You have catnip. It's funny, though, when animals, like, act like they got anxieties and shit. Because it's like, why? You have no reason. No, what's funny is he actually has a twin. He's the only cat in the bunch that has a twin. There's only one set of twins. There's only one twins. And his twin is the most confident motherfucker. Like, she will just walk up to whatever. Rumble would have been a better name. Yeah, I hate the name that was picked. When the cats were born, we named them. So, like, some of us named specific cats. The cat I named Zephyr really actually likes Endo. And then the cat that Endo named really likes me. And we named them when they were babies, like, fresh out the womb, so. But I was just like, why Rebel? He couldn't think of anything else, probably, but, like, Rumble, activate pile drivers. I've always liked the name Zephyr, so that's why I went with Zephyr. It felt right. She is a shoulder cat. She likes to hop on to people's shoulders and just chill, but she uses her nails, so she's the only one in the house that really lets her do it is Endo, because Endo doesn't give a fuck, and I'm just like, you're encouraging her to use her nails and not be good with people. That's not okay. But she's a cutie. She also is... All the cats honestly really love attention. I feel like that's just animals in general. But she is also a cuddle bug. She just doesn't have the anxiety thing going on that Rebel has. She's just kind of a bitch sometimes. She'll either walk up on the cats and, like, growl at them, or other way around, she'll be laying down and a cat will walk up on her, and not like walk up on her like they're gonna attack her, just walk up on her and, like, give her a general sniff or look at her way, and she'll start growling, and it's like, bitch, that is your sibling. Stop. They have never abused you. Oh shit, I need to take a shit. What?
I don't know who's screaming.
Probably Persephone. Persephone is Rebel's twin. She is also very loud. She'll sit in the hallway outside of our rooms and just scream. Just because she wants to be pet. Beautiful. Well, I should probably definitely end stream. This has been really chill, though. This has been nice. I like this. I'm going to probably stay up until, like, 4 a.m. I'm going to set up the VODs sometime before going to bed. I'm probably going to get up, stretch my legs, boil some water so I can take a bath/shower, because I should. I can't wait until the hot water heater is fixed. Oh, my God. I hate this. My headache's gone, so. Nice. My migraine is just about gone, which is fun because I really didn't anticipate my, I thought my head was going to get worse, if anything. I was like, fuck it, I'll just go ahead and fucking stream. I really want to watch true crime, and I want to just ignore the fact that today was a thing. Nice. See, I just take showers whenever I'm able to, which tends to be either in the early hours of the morning or late at night because it's after work. That's the other thing. I like taking my showers / baths after work is done because it's like, fuck it, my bones need to chill. Don't they make keyboard cleaners that are like essentially mini vacuums? See, fur in my keyboard is not a thing that's an issue because I keep the cats out of my room, and when they're in my room, they're not above the keyboard usually. They stay away from that. But I could have sworn that they make like actual like mini vacuums for keyboards. What is this song? I didn't throw this playlist together. I just kind of oversaw it. Endo threw together these playlists. I don't think that's the name of this one. Yeah, they make actual air dusters that are like little mini vacuum cleaners for your PC. You might, or specifically your keyboard, you might want to get one. Like, they sell them for pretty cheap. Yeah, but that's too much work. I want something that passively... Bro, it's a 2-second process. What are you talking about? See, I'm the dirtiest creature at my desk. It's because I eat and I drink and I react to stuff on my desk. Jesus Christ. I'm a lazy bitch and I still would find the time to plug in my USB fucking keyboard vacuum before I fucking game and just, oh my god. What the hell? But I have to walk over there. What are you talking about? That was not the name of the song. There you go. But yeah. So I'm probably gonna shut down the PC, take my makeshift boil water, take my makeshift shower, bath, whatever. And then do VODs and maybe read. Possibly do some more light gaming before I go to bed. I don't know. Oh, that sucks. What do you... Huh? I mean, my desk is a pretty big desk, but because it's got 2 monitors and a PlayStation and a Switch and like my basic gear on it, it probably from the outside still looks slightly cluttered, but it's pretty organized. And it's now cleaned and dusted. Wow. What is this one? What the fuck? Zombie, you did not clean your desk then. Oh, there were? Okay. I thought you were trying to tell me that there still was wet papers on your desk. I was going to say, that shit is not clean, dog. It's like, yeah, I cleaned my desk, but there's still that pile of, like... I don't even know what else would be on your desk, dog. There's still something on your desk. No, then it's not clean. Wet papers. They've been wet for 2... I know, huh? I have questions, but I'm not actually gonna ask them because I'm kind of scared of the answer. I don't even know how the fuck that happens, but it somehow makes sense. See, I tend to gather a collection of cups and cans on my desk because I will eat on my desk, but I more often than not drink, and I tend to already kind of forget when I get drinks and get another drink or stop drinking randomly. And on days when I do a lot of streaming, that's kind of what happens. Usually, I'll try to force myself between once every 3 days and once every week actually like look at my desk and clean up what needs to be cleaned. Part of it is also because I get distracted, I'm willing to bet it's a symptom of ADHD. I'm willing to bet it plays into that. I'll just walk off and forget about it, and then I come back and I'm like, oh yeah, but then I'm trying to do something, and then that leads into something else, and then I end up forgetting about the cup thing, and then so I try to pick a day a week or 2 days a week where I actually like make it a task to like pick up a specific area or do a thing, because I try to be as clean as I can. I try. Overall, I'm still cleaner than a couple of people here, so at least there's that. And I feel like I've gotten better at managing everything. I have like sticky notes and I have notes on my phone and all that, and I'm trying to like manage all that, if it makes sense. I want at least my space to be as clean as possible to a certain degree. Why would you do that? Where did you send it? I'm gonna guess Twitter. Yeah, I'm gonna guess Twitter. What the fuck? What the hell? Oh, that's not bad. That's not too bad. I like the thing behind it. I do like that. That doesn't look as bad as I anticipated it looking, if I'm going to be honest. I thought it would actually be slightly more cluttered, because from what I've seen, from what you've posted up pictures on Twitter and what you've told me, it seems like you collect a lot, and unfortunately it's easy for things to get very claustrophobic when you collect things. It's the biggest reason why I bite my tongue and I stop myself from collecting things, because I know that I do not have space at home for it. If I had my way and if I had the space that I wanted, I would have like a cupboard of collectibles at least. I'd have shelving that has collectibles on it, but as it stands, I don't have that space, so I kind of hold back. Those helmets are there because there's nowhere else to put them. Fair enough. I actually kind of like the helmet on top of the PC tower. Like, it actually looks kind of good. It looks like it's actually intentional. And not necessarily I ran out of space. I still can't get over the fact that I don't know. I feel like more people definitely need 2 monitors. The Mega Ranger helmet is literally on my PC. Yeah. I like the Spider-Man stuff, though. The Spider-Man stuff to go with the other stuff. It looks good. The desk looks solid as hell, too. The desk that I'm currently using, you guys have seen, like, parts of it from pictures and stuff, and from my hand cam. Actually, no, I don't think you have seen directly from hand cam, because I usually have the, oh, what's the word for it? The tablecloth on it. But the desk that I'm currently using actually used to be one of my grandparents' desks, because my grandmother was a gamer, which I mentioned before. So yeah, I was blessed to get that desk. When I got saved up for my PC setup, my grandfather was like, "Do you need a desk? Because this one will work." I'm just like, "Oh, hell yeah." What? Damn. I think I have a sheet or a blanket somewhere that has the same pattern on it, the Spider-Man pattern. The Call of Duty mouse pad is also kind of... I just caught that. Nice. I like it. Oh my god. Alrighty. I gotta turn it off for realsies. This has been nice. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like I said, I'll keep you guys updated on Discord or Twitter. I might set up the VODs for Twitch sooner than... I don't know. They'll happen tonight. They might happen right now. They might happen in a few hours. I don't know. I need to go throw water on to boil first, and then I'll decide what I'm doing. But this has been nice, and I appreciate everyone who has stopped by. Yeah. I have to manually pause the Spotify playlist every time I switch, because that's how I have it set up. It's a Spotify playlist. I'm not gonna raid out just because of how late it is and the fact that I'm not really planning on chilling. I'm just gonna bow out peacefully. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna raid out. If I don't, no, tomorrow I'm probably gonna raid out. As long as there's like 3 people in chat, I tend to raid out just because it makes sense to me. I'd rather send the love somewhere else. Yeah. This has been nice though. I do like the stuff that I've made changes to on the channel. Like I said, I still need to do more emotes and then actually just cherry pick my favorite emotes from that. But like other than that, I am happy with what I got going on right now. And it can only get better. I feel like my content has improved since I started. Has vastly improved from internet, like the actual quality of the streams to my overlays to my commentary to some of the games that I've played. I don't know. I feel like it's gotten better. It's slowly gotten better. I also found a couple of indie games that have kind of been popping lately that are horror games that I may or may not attempt to stream. That's why I said tomorrow I might stream something before the planned stream. Like I said, I'll post about it in the Discord and on Twitter if I decide to. But yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for being here. It means a ton to me. Till next stream, friends. Goodbye.